Okay, should be live now. I'm pretty sure. Hopefully the mic quality's not too fucking atrocious, but we'll see in a second. It usually is like a minute of catch up before it actually goes out live, as opposed to this little window that doesn't tell me shit. Um, Surprised I even found the link to this fucking thing that I could put it out there. Usually I had to ask other people, but we will see. Refresh here and see if it's going. Oh fuck! All right, we're good. Hey guys, welcome to the I'm lazy. Let's do a fucking live stream. Let's see. I put out a tweet earlier saying whatever you guys wanted to talk about. So let's go see what little answers you got put up. Aside from telling me to go fuck myself, which I'm sure is pretty fucking great. Where the fuck is this? And now there's like, yeah, fucking, I hate Twitter. I hate Twitter so goddamn much. All right, let's see if I can get this to work. Now, see, I'll let you listen to these awkward pauses and me typing away like a retard. Now, if I were king of poll, there'd be a commercial going on right now because I totally don't want your money. Also, I'm really disappointed that you didn't, poll, if you're watching, that you didn't watch that I flying story that I linked to you last night because that is uh, that is some amazing shit. That guy's life went right down the fucking toilet because of one critical fuck up, one tiny little mistake, and everything went to shit. All right, I think we're good. See how the chat's doing. How are you doing, chat? What are you up to tonight? Get drunk? Yeah, no, I plan on getting drunk. That's what I'm going to be doing tonight. It's a Friday, and I'm streaming on the internet like a faggot. So why not get good and hammered? Oh, fuck. This shit's like paint thinner. Kharkov vodka oh, is just disgusting, and that's why I absolutely love it. There's nothing better than something that will strip your insides like it would a fucking wall. DDoS on 8chan. That's over right now. 8chan seems to be working just fine. So I'm not sure unless they started it up again. I have no idea, but it looks like it's good. Uh-oh. An error occurred. Does that mean that I went offline? Let's see. Nope. Good to go. All right. Drinking and MMOs. It's a good combination, but I don't play MMOs. The last one I tried was Terra, and I ended up wasting, I don't know, like 30 or 40 hours just seeing if I could climb on shit. That's all that interests me. That's the only reason I've ever played MMOs. I just want to parkour. I don't give a shit about quests or main storyline or guilds or raids or dungeons or anything. I just want to see if I can break the geometry and get on top of buildings or get on top of mountains. That's what fucking entertains me. So it really doesn't matter, I guess. Oh, fuck. What did Intel say I was sleeping? I have no idea, Paul. I have no idea what they said. I saw somebody say that was it their chief information officer or chief financial officer had posted something, but I have no idea if it's legitimate or not. Oh, look at everybody talking shit about Terra. I never said it was a good game. I just said that it was fun to climb shit in. Again, that's all I fucking care about when it comes to MMOs. Why am I killing myself with alcohol and cigarettes? Because I'm retarded. Why not? Who doesn't love destroying their liver and their lungs? I mean, come on. Chug, chug, chug. Yep. That's my version of Pole's clack, clack, clack. You know how you can hear him on his mechanical keyboard? Every 5 seconds, it's like that and shit. That's chug, chug, chug is my equivalent to that. Am I swigging straight from the bottle? Yes, I am. Because I am too lazy to do dishes right now, and I'm not going to go get a glass. So fuck it. I'm just going to drink right from the bottle. Do I slur when I'm drunk? You'll find out. Give it a half an hour. Give it 45 minutes, and we'll see. Maybe I do. Maybe I'm the biggest faggot on earth when I'm drunk. Who knows? There's only one way to find out. What am I drinking? Right now I'm drinking Kharkov vodka. The cheapest, worst tasting vodka on earth, but god damn it if I don't love it. It's good stuff. All right, so let's see what people wanted to chat about. If we can find some of this shit here. Ebola Chan's World Tour. That was an interesting little story about the guy. Was it in Dallas? That ended up coming from overseas, and then he got sick. He went to the hospital, and they turned him away and said, "Here's some antibiotics. I think maybe I think maybe you're bleeding from your eyes and your asshole because you've got an ear infection. Take take some of these, then just go rest at home." That's sound medical advice. Forget the fact that he lived not 1 or 1.5 blocks away from a pretty big high school, or that the area he's in is a tightly packed kind of urban area. So it's just a fucking disaster. I remember when it first broke, they said, "Oh well, he had at most, what was it, contact with 18 people, family and friends, and we're gonna investigate that to make sure nobody got sick." And then the estimate started going up to hundreds of people. And somebody had told me too, while this was first breaking, that what was it, Australian news was putting up more dire um, uh, pronunciations. I don't know. They were treating it more seriously than the American press was. I haven't been keeping up with it. I don't know what happened with that story today, so I have no idea. Maybe Ebola Chan is just, long haul trucking it across fucking Texas for all I know right now. But it's not good. I also like how they tried to just kind of act like it's not a big deal. Oh, well, the intake nurse accidentally forgot to bring to the doctor's attention that he just got back from West Africa, and maybe his symptoms are related to Ebola. Oops, it's kind of a big fuck up, yeah? What the fuck? This is so gay. Welcome to the live stream. I'll get used to it. Dallas is dead. Yes, Dallas is done. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea how bad it is. Like I said, I haven't been paying attention to the news, so I'm not sure what's going on down there right now. Could be bad, could not be bad. Who knows? But I do love how this keeps spreading. I mean, didn't it go from the very west coast of Africa inland to, what was it, Nigeria or wherever the fuck it was, because they hadn't stopped air travel. It was some businessman flying between the two countries that ended up bringing it, and it was an American too. And from what I understand too about the guy's backstory, apparently he got Ebola before coming over here because he had helped some woman that was turned away from a hospital get a ride home to go die with her family. So I can't shit on the guy. I mean, that's a hell of a thing to do. Maybe he didn't know she had Ebola. Maybe he did. I don't know. But instead of letting some, poor woman, I guess, bleed out to death outside of a hospital, he decided to bring her home so she could die with her friends and family, which is, it's a hell of a thing to do. Cost him his life. Might cost a lot of other people their lives. Who knows? Have I fingered my bum? No, I haven't. Alex Finley. I've not gotten around to fingering my asshole yet. I will give you a status update when that happens. Ebola Chan going to San Francisco. Wouldn't that just be fantastic? But it probably won't happen. I think the smug keeps Ebola away from San Francisco. It's like some natural environmental immunity for them that they can't get sick. Who knows? Let's see what else we got here. What other shit were people wanting to talk about? Yeah, this just for an FYI, the stream's just going to be laid back. Just talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about. Uh, GitHub censorship. Yeah, so apparently GitHub took down the page with all the Gamergate stuff on it. And somebody had shown me or sent me a screen cap of, fuck, I can't even scroll. There's so much shit now, it's hard to scroll through and find. But apparently somebody who worked at GitHub that was based in San Francisco had talked to Leigh Alexander or was retweeting her. And then, somebody had brought to their attention the GitHub page was up. And basically they took it down in a few minutes and put up some bullshit statement about, oh, it's harassment. It's harassment, so we're gonna take it down. But this isn't the first time GitHub has had weird shit happen with it. Somebody retweeted, and I'm fairly certain I remember seeing this up on G a while ago about some big fucking shit flinging contest in regards to somebody using proper pronouns, and there was something else too about language that was referring to user not being neutral enough. Saying he or she wasn't appropriate enough. They needed to change that because it was sexist or transphobic or some crazy shit that got that site going on for a while. I'm probably misinformed. I'm misremembering it. So hopefully somebody will bring it up. How the hell do you keep track of all the shit that's going on? It's pretty easy. You just pay attention. It's not really that difficult. Whatever happens in San Francisco will spread to, and it went by quickly. So we never get this cool shit in TG traditional games. No, but you guys have those humanity. What is it? Humanity fuck yeah stories. Those are fucking great. I saw somebody compiled a bunch of them on Imgur, and those are really good. I think that's probably one of the best things I've seen come out at TG or any board really. They're pretty fantastic. I wouldn't be too upset about your board not having other cool shit. It's pretty fucking awesome in my opinion. IA, oh fuck. IA, why don't you name the Jew? Oy vey. You know, if I did that, Israel would cut my funding, and then I wouldn't be able to live this life of luxury that I'm currently living. And I can't do that. I need that money. I need those shekels. Shoe on head now? Yeah, I'm not going to do that. That's generally for cam whores. As you've probably noticed by this point, I don't stream with my picture up. I don't put my picture out. You know, I'm not one of those type of people. Do I ever use Skype? Yes, I do. I just haven't had a chance to get on it recently. It's been a while. What are my thoughts on the gamer shit? Oh, that gamer stuff is that's a headache. Somebody had sent me a link to. Let me see if I can find this so I don't fuck up the name here. Let me see if I get the right guy. All right, where is it? Where the fuck is it? Shit. And of course, it's nowhere. Well, fuck. Well, regardless, somebody had sent me a link to a couple of statements from Zen of something or other, some account on Twitter, and then I think Mundane Matt had put a video up talking generally about what the proposal was. It's a terrible idea. Don't get suckered into it. There's no reason to do something like that. Again, people in Gamergate, you know, the people writing emails, talking to advertisers, getting stories out there, investigating shit, or however you're doing it, you're doing a great job. You have no reason to try to go the traditional route. The reason your opposition is so angry right now is because they can't stop you. And they can't stop you because you're not fighting them in a traditional way. You're not doing the typical PR battle. You're not playing by their rules. They want you to set up an organization, and they want you to create a group so it's something more easy to attack, so they can essentially choose who gets to talk and who doesn't. If they come out with an official gamer group about Gamergate, or however they fucking want to brand it and put it out there, they're going to use that as a mouthpiece to decry anybody that's doing something they don't like. And more than likely, that's going to turn out to be the people that are actually effective. So they'll use it to suppress people being effective on our side, and then they will watch as it gets co-opted and essentially gets turned into a mouthpiece for SJWs. They will co-opt it and infiltrate it like they do everything else. And it will end in disaster. It's just a bad idea. Don't fall into the alcohol's kicking in. Just don't fall for it. There's no reason to do it. You have no you want to lose too. You're doing a fantastic job. And believe me, the Intel thing really pisses them off. If you watch the news, if you watch their reaction to it, they're fucking angry about it. They are infuriated by the fact that a major brand, that a major, you know, producer, a big company said, fuck it, this is bad for our image. We make a product that is bought by a consumer base that doesn't like to be told they're horrible, terrible, shitty people. And sites that put out articles telling our consumers that they're horrible, shitty people are not the best sites to do business with. It is a very practical, very smart business decision. I can completely understand why Intel would make that. I can understand why the ones that came before it did, like Scott's Trade and the other one. I can't remember the other company that had said, yeah, we'd only done one advertisement. I believe it was with Polygon, but we're not gonna do anymore because we don't want to be associated with the shit that's going on. And Intel's taking a lot of shit for it right now, but they haven't changed their position because at the end of the day, the people buying their products are on our side, not on the other side. I think they can look at the metrics and understand that. I think they can see that, you've got all these people that talk about how video games should be, that talk about how people should behave, but they don't actually buy the products they like to condemn. They just like to bitch. See, that's the difference between us and them. As gamers, we love to bitch, but at the end of the day, we still buy the fucking products. We'll bitch about them, yeah, but we still buy them. And I think that, these companies understand that, and that's why they're willing to shift towards us. Why wouldn't they? Why would they not listen to their customers? It's the smartest thing to do. Are you ever going to use the Shadvik intro? You said you would save it for a later video, and to my knowledge, you never delivered. Are you talking about the internet slot machine thing? Yeah, I put this video out for like a joke series. The idea of which was if you take any three characteristics and you combine them, you will find somebody online that matches that. Is that what you're talking about? And I got a bunch of suggestions about combinations to use. I just got swept up on other shit. I never had a chance to go back to it and to try to do something with it. So I will try to get to it. It's not that I'm not doing it intentionally. It's just I'm very lazy. You all should know this by now. It's gym time. That's why that second part of that video wasn't up Tuesday. That's why it's coming out Saturday. Because I'm fucking lazy. But I can be, because I do it for free. Just minus the Hot Pockets. Because those things are going to make you fat. Let's see. Oh, fucking shit. Docs attempts end badly for 4chan SJWs. Yeah, somebody had linked me to an article that was up on, was it the Ralph Retort? Talking about how somebody had tried to dox somebody. There was Pro Gamergate, apparently, and it turned out that person, their job, made it so they were not somebody you'd want to try to dox. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's humorous. I mean, if that's true, it's pretty fucking funny. That's the last guy you want to go after, is the person that is the person that's working for the government, is the last person you want to fuck with. Let's see. What else do we have here? You like Hot Pockets? I'm not saying Hot Pockets are terrible. I'm just saying they're going to make you terribly fat. And yes, I am fat shaming. I'm horrible. Don't forget, I'm a horrible cis white male oppressor. I don't know if you've read those tweets that have gone out, but I'm apparently the Antichrist. That's what I've been told. Yeah, that's right, Oakmaker. You don't dox somebody with security clearance. That's just stupid. Okay, you keep bringing this up. Jim, talk about David Anthony meeting with Pentagon on brainwashing us into a police state. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm like, there's a lot of shit going on. It is hard to keep track of all of it. I try to stay on top of a lot of different stuff. So if you have a link, put the link up and I'll go take a look. Tam Tam Troll? Dude, was that King of Pole? You're in the chat. Pole, did you actually believe that picture on Skype was me? Or was that somebody in your stream that said they thought that was me? Because I'm not Tamim. I didn't make Devil May Cry. I don't know. I don't know why somebody would think that I'd put my actual picture up on a fucking Skype account that I use to talk to people generally. That was funny, though. I thought that was humorous. Is fuck your response because you did think that was me? Do you not know who Tamim is? Paul, you're such a shill. Do you even play video games? How do you not know who Tamim is? Holy shit. Oh, it gets harder to read this as it goes by. I'm just going to be glugging along here, so forgive the terrible sound effects as I chug. How's your... Oh, fuck. How is your... shit. How is your throat? My throat is much better. I went down the wrong tube for the person saying they're coughing. No, so you didn't think that was me. Okay. That must have been somebody in your chat then. I don't know who it was, but I laughed pretty hard about that. Yeah, you found me out. I am Tam Tam. That was my plan. After I shaved my head and went into the mobile game market because nobody bought the rebooted Devil May Cry, I decided to start up Internet Aristocrat and bring gaming down. That's been my ultimate game plan. If nobody's going to buy my video game, then I'm going to fucking burn the industry to the ground. That is the you got me. You found out my master plan. I am Tamim, and this is my revenge because you didn't buy my fucking shitty video game. They're all going to pay. All of them. Jim, low ping wants on. Yeah, I'll actually. No. Oh. I will bring people on in just a little bit, but not right now. Not this very second. I want to make sure I'm good and intoxicated before I do that. Fuck you, don't eh? Has a nice ring to it, don't you think? Yes, he will never be at a healthy weight. Again, that's related to all those fucking Hot Pockets. Cum does a throat good. have you been taking advice from Milo? I saw that post he put out there. Oh, god damn it. Oh, I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. I don't have nice little commercial breaks, so it's not like I can go to shitty elevator music. Sorry. It's terrible. Yeah, that's right. It was David Jaffe. David Jaffe gave me a call. He told me to stop the live stream because he's very upset. You busted me. No, that was actually Moot telling me that he has my docs, that him and his secret mod team have uncovered who I am. And to hide from that. Okay, let's go back to Twitter, see what kind of questions we got. Make sure my sound quality is still decent. And of course it's not. Why not? Who cares? Bring Blackface Kermit on the stream and have him read this creepypasta. Yeah, I'll see if Andrew's on and bring him on in a bit. He does really good voices. Not just Andrew and Jesse, but he can do like Chip. If you've ever watched O&A, he's really good at doing Jim Norton characters. And he can do a lot of other characters too. He's very good at that shit. Sargon of Akkad. Yeah, like I said, I'm open to bringing anybody on if they want to come on, probably in about 20, 30 minutes. So if you have suggestions, put them up. And if the people are interested, they can just contact me on Twitter, and I will bring them in. Someone's drunk. No, I'm not that much of a lightweight. It takes a lot more. Takes a lot more alcohol to get me really drunk. I've had about, I don't know, 2 shots worth. That's nowhere near enough. Okay. Find WT Snacks and bring him on. I don't. He kind of fucking disappeared, didn't he? I don't even know where he is. That and I don't even know if he'd come on. So it's not something I can. It's not something I can just produce for you. If I could get him on, I'd bring him on. But then more than likely he'd ban half the chat, and then you'd all be pissed at me. Am I Ben Garrison? No, I don't think anybody has that much racial hatred in them. Certainly not me. Nobody can out Ben Garrison. Ben Garrison. He is a one-of-a-kind individual. Oh, somebody said bring on Thunderfoot. I don't even know if he's on tonight, and I don't know if he'd like to even come on. I did watch his newest video. Did anybody see Thunderfoot's video about Molyneux? Now, I don't know much about Molyneux. He's been posted a couple of times, or he was off and on Pull, on 4chan. But I never really followed it, so I don't know much about him. But that video was that video was fucking eye-opening. And I'm sure Thunderfoot's going to get hammered for it because I'm pretty sure Molyneux has a sizable fan base. So it'll be interesting to kind of see where that goes. But it was a good video. It's a good video, Thunderfoot. Talk about 8chan DDoS. I already did. This site I don't think is being DDoSed right now. I think it's up and running just fine. Unless they start it again. Let me check. I will go to 8chan or Infinite Chan and see what the fuck is going on. No, it looks to be working just fine. Check out another board here. See if everything's down. No, board's working just fine. So the DDoS would be over. Bring on Hot Wheels. Bring on Molyneux. Yeah, I'm not. I know King of Pool's setup is usually to bring on guests. I don't usually do that. I'm not really that great at interviewing people. I don't have that ability. But like I said, I'll bring people on in about 20 or 30 minutes. So if you're interested, or if you've got a suggestion, just tweet it at me, and I'll try to get a hold of the person and bring them on. Talk about your dick. What would you like to know? It's a kind of a blanket question. You're gonna have to be more specific. Bring in Jim Sterling. I'm fairly certain Jim Sterling fucking hates me. I know he's made statements about Gamergate, and he's kind of beat around the bush about certain personalities, I think he's called them, related to Gamergate. Fairly certain Jim hates me. That's fine. Like I said, I don't really have a problem with Jim Sterling. Movie Bob, on the other hand, can go fuck himself. But Jim Sterling's all right. King of Poll doesn't have that ability either. Do you hear that, Poll? They're shitting on you. They're shitting on you in chat, saying you can't interview people. It's pretty entertaining. Are you going to take that? The girth? I can't give out specific details. I don't want to get doxxed. If I told you about my amazing penis, you'd just go look through porn tapes until you found out that I was in that profession for a while. That would be embarrassing. Bring on Hideo Kojima. I don't think Kojima's going to come on. He's busy being himself. Do I feel famous? Not at all. I'm not famous in the least. And besides, it's just a generic YouTube channel. There's no name attached to it. There's no image attached to it. Nobody knows who the fuck I am. Nobody is going to stop me in the street and say, hey, aren't you that obnoxious asshole on YouTube? It's never going to happen. Bring on Wooly. Talk about men going their own way. Are you drunk enough to fuck Zoe? Oh, this chat's got a lot of interesting questions. Tell you more about my porn career. I can't do that, I'm sorry. I'd be putting myself at risk. I couldn't do that. You'll have to figure it out. You'll have to puzzle it out who I was. King of Pole wants on. Pole, are you on right now? I'll bring you in. You can chat for a little bit if you want to talk. Let's see. All right. I'll bring King of Pole on, and we can all mock him for his inability to conduct an interview. And then laugh at him for thinking that I was actually Tamim, because he doesn't play video games. All right, let me send him the link here. Where is it? How the fuck do you do this? Send it. Okay. And there should be a stupid little link somewhere. Okay. All right. I sent King of Pole an invite. So we'll see if he pops on to take your abuse. Oh, it's going by so fast now. Bring on Tim Schafer. I don't think he has the time to come on right now. Isn't he too busy mishandling other people's money and not producing content? I don't know. I mean, the last I heard, Kotick was too busy laughing about his second fucked up game. So I don't know what's going on with Tim Schafer. There's no way he'd come on here. I will. I will make fun of his loud ass keyboard, JR748. His tickety tackety mechanical keyboard. Why would you use a mechanical keyboard when you're doing a live stream? What the fuck? You've got an open mic. All people hear is clickety clack for 18 hours.
Oh.
Oh, look at that.
Yes, I am a shitlord. No, I knew that wasn't you. What happened was I tried
See,
to explain it.
that's a nice lie, but nobody's
That's not a
buying it.
lie. Actually, I really didn't know it wasn't you. What happened was somebody posted a picture in there and said, "Hey guys, it's in Aristocrat." And I asked you by chat. I was like, "Did somebody just dox him?" And I clicked on it. It was this little tiny micro of Tam Tam, the thing you have in there. And I said, "Oh yeah, guys, that's him. That's him." And then everybody was like, "Oh yeah." And then you posted that in response, and I was like, "Okay, fuck it. I don't care. I'm a shitlord. It's okay. I'll play more ads." You guys ask me all the time to play ads.
Play more ads, yeah. Hey guys, I really don't want to play ads. Sure, wink, wink.
I don't actually. The chat actually reminds me half the time. I get up and they're like, "Where are the fucking ads?" Because I'll be like, "I'll be right back." I'm starting to get better at it, I guess. I don't know.
Wait, you're starting to get better at shilling? That's an accomplishment.
Yeah. Well, okay. For the people who are wondering, you guys are at $72.86. So whenever it hits the goal and they send me the money, I'll take a screenshot of the PayPal thing that they gave me. The sponsor guys, and then you guys can pick whatever the fuck you want to use it on for your little gifts or whatever charity that you guys want to donate for. I don't really care. I don't need the money. I don't need $100.
So when you say we've earned $72 and whatever cents, is that before you take your cut, or is that the real number? Like, do
No,
you
that's
have
the real number. I can
the
show it
extra
right now.
300?
No, that's literally the real number. I can show you the statistics right now. That's exactly how much ad revenue that you guys have generated, because I always forget to do it. I've only played 92. It even shows me the amount, from you guys just looking at it. And then whenever they send that money, I'll take a screenshot of it so you guys can see how much you have. And then you guys will vote on whatever the fuck a keyboard, whatever you guys want to use the money on, and then I'll give it out to the chat during the stream, and whoever wins, I'll send it to you, or I'll pay the fucking shipping fees. I really don't care. I'll probably use Amazon. So.
Yeah, people are suggesting that you use the money to buy Milo a dragon dildo, and I think he would be appreciative.
If that's what you guys want. If that's what you guys want, I know me and you talked for a little bit, and you were like, "There's different charities out there, and you need to look into them." But I'm gonna let the people vote. They always like to vote. I don't need $100, guys. I'm not a broke bitch with
well, no. I mean, Milo's a Brit bong, so you should buy him. You should go into a porn site or like whatever, Adam and Eve or whatever the fuck it is, and buy him an 8-inch All-American Whopper dong with like the American flag printed on it and eagles.
Bald eagle. It'll be a bald eagle dick. That'll be great.
Yeah, that's what you've got to do to teach him how to be. Yeah.
Somebody shot my face with Milo on like a stripper with a dragon dildo in her hand recently, and I had like Phil Fish behind there talking about my dragon dildo is this big. And they tweeted that to me, and I think they tweeted it to you too. And they're gonna shop one with you as a black midget in a wheelchair. Apparently now, that's transsexual.
Oh, Quanda? Yeah, that's right. I'm a transsexual.
Quanda, yes.
Black midget in a wheelchair. Yep.
God, there's so many stuff. I can't believe you didn't see the Dave Anthony. You know who Dave Anthony is? I really can't believe you didn't see that today. That actually happened today.
I don't know who you people are talking about. People keep saying the Dave Anthony interview. I don't know.
So Dave Anthony is the guy who created Call of Duty, and he. This morning, or yesterday, this morning is still the 3rd. The morning of the 3rd, NSA or the Pentagon asked him to come into the NSA think tank and sit down with them and talk to them about how to market a police state. And he was using his experience on how he marketed Call of Duty to show that you can easily market like having secret police in schools and at your jobs to make sure people don't fuck up. And I mean, he literally uses the term brainwash.
The guy's name was Dave Anthony, you said?
Yeah, hold on. I'll find you the article. He's
right. Well, I mean, what I don't get is why would they go to him? Why not go to talk to people that were?
I don't know.
You know, East Berlin police. You know, back from like the '60s.
Right.
They did that under the Soviets.
I have no idea. I'm telling. Maybe it's because they're trying to find out. They're talking about marketing strategies. They're asking him how do they market games so well, and he was using his experience for game marketing as what he called national security fixes internally, like internal national security problems and how to fix them by marketing shit. And he uses, I want to quote it, if I could find it, but he uses a term. He says, oh God, where is it? He says that the way we do it is we market it, and we market it to the point where whether or not you like it, people will brainwash you into accepting it. That's literally his words that he uses. And then he uses it and then he talks about how you can implement it in like schools and jobs and where people work, and using secret military police to watch these people, and how you can indoctrinate that into the whole thing. It's fucking insane. But he's the guy who created Call of Duty.
Here's the thing I don't get. One, it's a difference between a consumer product and a government campaign, right? You're thinking those cross over to one another, but I mean, fuck, there are other marketing campaigns that are effective. Why not go talk to them if you're looking to get people to buy into your PR? But the second thing is, why would you even need that? You've already got the NSA and prison programs and other stuff like that that have ins and backdoors through not just software but hardware itself. Well, so you've got a total surveillance network. What do you even need secret police for?
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. The people that called him in was the Pentagon. Is the one that called him in. Now you can go look it up. Like he was talking about this for a little bit, but the Pentagon is the guys who called him in. They said they wanted to learn from the industry on the marketing industry aspects and how these guys sell the game so well. Like here we go. He's like he states, when we have a new product that has elements that we're not sure how people will respond to, what we do as a corporation. And he's referring to his time as a writer and game director on Call of Duty Black Ops and Black Ops 2. We market it, and we market it as much as we can, so that whether people like it or not, we do all the things we can to essentially brainwash people into liking it before it actually comes out. The forum was organized by the Atlantic Council, a think tank where Anthony is a fellow in the international security. He warned the crowd of threat of invasion within the American
Wait. Stop 1 second.
Yeah.
Did you say he was already a member of a think tank that works on this sort of shit?
Yeah. I'm getting.
Wait, so right. Well, my question is, I got two quick questions. One, was he in that think tank before he worked on the video games?
Don't know.
And two, that's important because if he worked on these video games, these pro-military video games.
Oh no. And they imply in the article that he wasn't, and they use examples of how when he was working on Black Ops 2, he had Oliver North, the guy.
Right, the general. Yep.
Yeah, the general come in and stuff like that, and that's how he started getting into it. Actually, I was going to hit the bottom, so I'll get to that. Right. He goes, the forum was organized by the Atlantic Council, a think tank where Anthony is a fellow in international security. He warned the crowd of the threat of invasion from within the American borders, most likely by Islamic terror groups, and illustrated the concept with a video that depicted, among other things, U.S. drones being hacked by forces working from Iran and massacring hundreds of people at Las Vegas hotels. Anthony's plea that the policymakers should learn from marketing and promotion in creative industries in the gaming industry was linked to what he saw as a potential solution to the issue. Stationing undercover U.S. soldiers in schools and jobs, much like air marshals on aeroplanes. The public won't like it, he states. They'll think it's a police state, he says. Then he adds, all of these things are solvable problems. I look at the U.S. military and government, ironically, as having some very same problems as what Call of Duty franchise has, Anthony continued. We are both top of our game. We are both the best in the world at what we do, and we both have enemies who are trying to take us down at any possible opportunity. The difference is we know how to react to that.
So wait, is this a legitimate article?
Yes.
And he really said these things?
Yes, this is real. You can go look this up. It was there's a couple. I'll find a couple other sites. I'll give you the article here. If you're on Skype, I mean, we might not on Skype. Can I post it in this Google chat? I have no idea.
Yeah, you can post it on the Google chat, or you can.
How do I? Oh, chat. Here we go. I see the chat box now. I'm learning. This is the first article that somebody sent me. Then we sourced it to about 10 other articles. Now I'm gonna try to find it. Let me Google it.
They actually want to use the marketing of Call of Duty for a police state, not just to make the American image.
I have no idea. Like he went so far as to show them video concepts of what, like he would show videos of these people hacking drones and like striking people in Las Vegas while they're playing the fucking slot machines and like massacring hundreds of people in the streets. And that was like his response, saying, "Okay, guys, this is why we need a police state, and we can do that by marketing it, by selling hype." I don't know. It blew my mind when I first read it. It was crazy.
Yeah, I'm just reading through it. No. Oh wait, this is verbatim. Never mind.
And then at the bottom of it, it goes into what I was just talking about. It talks about him working on the game with Oliver North and stuff, and where he started getting into it a little bit. They touch up on it some, and they wrap it
Yeah,
up
but
with.
this would go beyond PR though. I mean, this is propaganda.
Right, Thank you. I've been saying that, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, this isn't nothing." I'm like, "Are you crazy?" I was like, "I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge."
Well,
Anybody else?
yeah, I mean, how is this? How would this be any different? The mentality is, or the way it sounds to me is, this would be no different than the American government going to Hollywood during World War II and saying, "How can we make our actions in World War II look good? Can you produce us patriotic films? Can you give us propaganda for the American people that are going to, feel good?"
They actually
Going
made
to
an article
inspire.
on it on Forbes. Actually, someone just put it out 3 hours ago.
I
So
just can't
I'm
believe
sorry.
I can't believe he'd publicly state that. That just seems crazy to me.
But now this was in front of the think tank. This is the Atlantic Council, but these guys were people who were. He got called in from the Pentagon about this. The government. He was talking to government officials. This wasn't like, things here and there. He was literally talking about how to handle ideas and how to handle, like terrorism inside the borders. It blows my mind.
Wait, when they say terrorism inside the borders, are they talking about from outside
Yeah, he's
groups?
talking about internal. They were trying to find a way to fix internal national
Yeah, but
security.
what I'm saying is that code for people from other countries, or is that code for Americans? Is that
I don't
internal
know.
terrorism? Is
That's
that just
And he
is
said
that
now the video he used was showing Iran and like Islamic terrorist groups hacking drones and sneaking over and massacring people all over Las Vegas while they're playing the slots. I haven't
well,
seen the
maybe
video.
maybe the American government shouldn't use off-the-shelf fucking components then. I mean, they use
Right.
operating systems on their fucking Air Force and other bases that it's fucking Windows operating system. They just adjust it a little bit. So if you're worried about it getting hacked, maybe put the fucking money and infrastructure into, I don't know, creating your own fucking intranet that's not going to be easily fucking penetrated.
Well, he
What's it?
showed that Iran hacking the drone strikes, and then he showed them like walking to a Las Vegas thing and spraying hundreds of people at a slot machine down. Like they snuck in and they were already across the border, massacring people at a Las Vegas hotel.
Oh, hold on one sec. Yeah, yeah, Chad, I see that you're asking me to invite Hot Wheels in. I will bring him in about 10 minutes. I'm just going to bullshit with
Right.
King of Pool and talk about the Anthony interview because it's insane.
Yeah, I'm glad that you agree. When I read this, people linked it to me, and you know who linked this to me, by the way? Guess who's the first person who picked this up saying, and she responded, she tweeted this to me in the morning when I was driving home from work.
I'm going to guess it was Alex Jones. Did
No,
Alex Jones?
no, actually, not. You're close. The person who tweeted to me was the Pixie Jenny chick, the one that me and Sargon had the debate with. She goes, "I know you don't like me, but I found that this was very important to talk about, and I think you could relate to this." And then she linked this
No,
to me.
no. Paul,
Yeah,
just to be real here. Now, this is a Lazy Friday stream, so it doesn't matter what I say. It's not Gamergate, really. It's
right.
just me bullshitting. But have you ever considered the possibility that the reason that Leanna or Pixie Jenny or whatever her name is would tweet these things to you is to get you to talk about them and then look insane and make Gamergate look bad?
Right, except I don't look insane because of Forbes. In that case, she's talking about Forbes and everybody else is crazy too. I wouldn't talk about it if it wasn't legitimate.
No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, if she starts tweeting you other things about the industrial military complex, maybe
Oh
she's got
yeah,
an
yeah.
ulterior motive to
Well,
get you
she's
to talk
always
about
had an ulterior motive. Me and Sargon have stated before. When she starts trolling, step the fuck back. We've already had a conversation with her. I told her. I told her when I responded to her. I said, "This doesn't redeem you, but I appreciate the article." That was all I told her. It's like it doesn't redeem anything your qualities. It just I appreciate the article, but I don't know what you're trying to get at. If you're trying to like, I don't know. It was.
I would say that's exactly what they're trying to get at. I see that Liana and Pixie Jenny. Didn't Liana write an article basically shitting on Milo and saying that Gamergate was sexist and that she had it ready for a week and then she
Right.
finally released it?
What they've been having their shit fest a while. Milo linking like her like taking her fucking sexy pictures and like I stated before, I said it's a fucking personal matter. Let them handle it out. They're gonna do what they need to do.
Right, right. But I see that's a thing that makes me wary is people have reached out to the other side, and this isn't just you. I'm just talking about people in general.
Right.
But people have reached out to the other side essentially to try to do these debates or these interviews. These people have no interest in doing that. They just want to make us look bad, or they want to shit up
Right.
the conversation.
It- it-
If she's tweeting it to you, it's the last thing I'd want to talk about.
True, but I just found it to be interesting, in my opinion. I don't know what you
Oh
think.
no, I do too. Listen, I find it fascinating. Why would they talk to somebody who's into marketing to do this? What are they going to use it for? How's the U.S. government looking at it?
Right.
That kind of stuff. Those are all legitimate, interesting questions. But you're the one who's
I know.
doing. But I mean, you've been doing GamerGate streams, so getting you talking about it, it's intentional.
Right. Yeah, I definitely agree. I agree that she most likely was doing it for that fact, and I didn't really think that so much into it. I just want no, I don't want to date Pixie. She's asexual. I can't be that beta. But
No, wait. Was Pixie? Is she? See, I don't know much about these people, but wasn't she the same one that was in? Wasn't some article talking about a guy that was dating a chick who was
yeah, that's
asexual?
her. It was
Oh, that
actually
is her.
a BBC documentary on asexual people, and she claims to be asexual. She wasn't born asexual. She stated down the road that she claims it. She does not like sex, and that she only has sex for her other partner because he enjoys it. But he stated he hadn't had sex in like years, and that he's okay with it. I don't know. The thing with the thing like you were stating about the people when we reached out to debate people, I would agree. That's why I haven't reached out anymore. I've reached out a couple more people, but after the Rebecca Watson stuff and the Matt Lees, when they turned it down in such a funny way.
So what did Watson say exactly when you had invited her on?
Okay, so she finally blocked me for good, thank God. So after she put out her video, I posted a thing on her video saying, "Hey, why don't you come on it?" And I said, "If you're gonna make these bold claims, come on and prove me wrong. Prove the facts wrong. Tell us we're all shitlords and tell us about it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a friendly debate." And so then I tweeted it to her, and she DM'd me talking about it, and she was like, and when I asked her, I said, yeah, it'll be friendly and healthy. She was like, well, you guys come off as misogynist and you're angry and maybe hate-filled and you just attack me and I don't want to come. And I was like, no. If you feel that uncomfortable, it's okay. We'll work it out. We'll get it like a medium or whatever. It's not going to be like that. I want to hear your side, and I'm sure everybody else wants to hear your side. And then I just want to dispute that back because I want to make sure you had claims and proof to what you had to say. And she just ends up calling me a white male that doesn't understand anything and a misogynist, and she blocked me. I was talking about it with some of the guys in Skype when it happened, and I thought it was funny. So then she blocked me, but then she started to unblock me to start retweeting shit to me that people were saying on her Twitter, talking shit about me. And then she would block me again. I don't know why she would do that. She is fucking crazy.
Oh, this I find interesting. People keep saying "don't touch the poop," and Lo Ping, right? Didn't he come out with a video recently where he said "don't touch the poop"? Do you know where that phrase comes from, though?
No, I have no idea.
That's a something awful term. It's when you're looking at an internet drama happening, you're not supposed to get involved. You're not supposed to touch the poop. So when I see people saying that, when it's in relation to like weird Twitter and SA shills, that's like, if you hear people saying that, man, maybe think twice about it. I don't know who told Lo Ping about don't.
That's exactly what I said about the Milo Liana stuff. People kept telling me to talk about that. Talk about the guy from the mod from the KIA streams trying to find out where I work and stuff with the Goon Swarm guys. I said that. I said, don't worry about it. It's not important. Go listen to the new Radio Nero stuff that they talked about, and there's plenty of shit out there to talk about. But going back to what you were saying on the...
sorry, one sec. Lo Ping, where did you hear that phrase from? Were you a goon, and is that why you used it? Or did somebody just tell you that phrase, and you're like, oh, it works, don't touch the poop is good? Sorry, go ahead. What were we saying?
No. I'm just saying, when you were going back to the people interviewing these people that they don't want to discuss it, I agree completely. I think the closest I got when I vetted the majority of these anti-Gamergate guys to come on my stream was Kaz, because Kaz was somebody who seemed like he wanted to debate it, and you talked to him. He seemed like he had some common sense, but he just didn't want to eat the shit. I don't know. I was the closest I think we got to trying to at least understand it.
Well, yeah. Have you ever watched a video about somebody trying to deprogram somebody in a cult? You're never going to get through to the opposition. Listen, these people that buy into this, that drink the Kool-Aid, aren't ever going to be convinced. So that's why debating and reaching out to them never appealed to me.
Well, right, and like I said, the Andrew guy that was on Whiskey's stream. First shit he comes out of the gate is I'm an SJW, a Nazi party member, and ISIS does better things than gamers. That's
a troll. There's no.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. So within 10 minutes, I left the stream. I told him, I said, guys, don't feed this guy, because he intentionally stated that he was a troll openly. That was the first guy. With Pixie on Sargon's, she would not answer any. She was good at debating. She'd done this before. She was what you call level 3.
Well, yeah, but Paul, to be fair, and I've heard other people talk about this. And Sargon, I like you and I like your videos, so don't take this the wrong way. But, dude, you got your shit handed to you on that one. She was the perfect sophist in that debate. She was running circles around you and using language to get you tripped up and to get you angry and to get you to respond in a certain way. You have to go into those situations knowing what you're dealing with, or you're going to look bad.
Right, and that's why I came in there, because I was already pissed off, because Sargon's a nice guy, but he's a reasonable guy, and I don't think when it came to it, he thinks that if you put the facts out there, I don't, not to shit on him, but I think he's one of those guys that when you put the facts out there, he thinks that, okay, since the facts are there, there's no way you can refute it. I think that was the idea. But with her, she would just ask, he'd ask her a question, and she would answer with a question, and then when he answered that question, he'd ask him 20 more questions, and bait him into saying some crazy shit that he probably didn't mean it. And I was just like, this fucking cunt. Like, what?
Well, and that's the funny thing about it. I mean, it really mirrors. Like, I know. At least I believe. You know, I might be wrong on this. That Sargon's big into philosophy.
Yeah, he is.
If you go and look up how the Stoics viewed sophists, it's like it was like a modern day version of those two. They hate each other. They fling shit at each other. There's a reason that people like Socrates and others hated sophistry. It's because those people would make money. They'd profit on taking a position that they didn't believe in, but they'd shit up the waters and they'd fuck up debates just to do it for the sake of doing it.
Right, and that was basically it. So when I came in there, I immediately just slapped her shit because I was just like, no. You need to understand that. So then she asked, how does this all stem back? Because she came in there not about debating about Gamergate, but she wanted to know the Digra stuff. She was there just strictly for Digra and to talk about it and all that stuff. And Sargon was showing her all this stuff, and she wasn't the one answering it. So when I came in there, I slapped her, and she tried to do the same thing with me. I said no. I was like, no. There's no point. And within 15 minutes, I was like, I think we get what kind of person you are. You're not here to talk about this. You don't give a shit. You just want to use some shit. When she did, by the way, I was like, you want somebody to trip up so you can say this is pro GG people and write a fucking stupid blog about it, which she did. She linked me and Sargon to a blog.
Right. But I mean, here's the thing. You guys fell for it. I mean, you let her get you angry. I'm not trying to shit on you, but you let her get you angry. You know what she was doing, and she won that because she got you to act the way she wanted you to act. These people are very intelligent, and they're going to use that to their advantage. You got to be careful when you're dealing with it.
Yeah, you're right. I will agree with that. I do agree. She did get me upset in a sense, but I was more upset about the fact of her interrupting me than it was about her fucking argument.
Well, that's why you need, if you're going to do debates, and this is just going forward, but if you're really going to do debates, you need to get an actual third party that's completely neutral and that can do it.
Right.
What is it, the Oxford Debate Society? Or there are a couple different ones. You could reach out to them and say, hey, listen, we want to do a stream with two people that have completely opposing viewpoints. We need somebody completely impartial that has no relation to any of it, that will moderate and make sure that people don't speak out of turn and that they don't get aggravated and act in an untoward manner.
So fucking people are saying that she was tweeting about wanting me after she saw my picture. Thanks, guys. That's probably why she's tweeting me these articles. Awesome.
I want to ask Chad, am I the only one? And when I saw you went on live stream to show off your cute little girly gun. I hope that came with a dress, by the way.
You mean my AK? Well, somebody kept asking. They wanted to see it so bad. I don't care anymore.
Well, do you take Midol to deal with the recoil on that?
No, I don't. I mean, that doesn't bother me. You know, they've doxed me. Okay, who was? I know somebody in chat's gonna know what I'm talking about. The other day, I started streaming LA Noire, which I didn't know how racist that game was. That shit was hilarious, by the way.
LA Noire?
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Just because of that, when like the first mission, there's this Jewish guy that you're going after that murdered this guy in cold blood, and the way you get him when you're sitting in the interrogation room, and you start talking about gassing him in the chambers. I mean, you go straight into like Nazism right off the bat, and it's like, whoa. And he starts calling you a goy. It was funny, and everybody was laughing about it. But during my stream, and I know some of you guys remember this, I was playing the game, and like everything on my stream on my channel went like all the pictures I had went like staticky, and then when I reloaded the thing when I was done with the game, I was logged out, and when people uploaded pictures of me on my stream, they hacked my hitbox and put the pictures up on instead of me. I didn't know what the fuck was going on, but I mean they've done it like so many times now that I just don't care anymore. I don't think it affects me anymore. Okay. It just, I just own up to it, man. In my opinion, if you get upset about somebody posting pictures about you're doxing you, quote unquote, whatever, and you make a big deal about it, then you're giving them your power. And if you just own it, what are they gonna do? You fucking. I mean, after that point, they're like, well, he doesn't really care.
Right. Well, I mean, in relation to me, people talking about doxing me or putting my pictures up there, I had said publicly that a picture of me exists out there. People have actually already posted it, but nobody picked up on it. Yeah, no, legitimately. Cool. So I don't know if you guys missed it. It was up on 8chan. Somebody found it. It was
Oh,
something I
really?
put up.
Damn.
I put up myself. I'm just surprised nobody cued in on that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It doesn't bother me. You making fun of my AK doesn't bother me either. But
It should. It should. You need to buy a man's gun. I'm just saying.
what's a man's gun in your eyes?
Something that doesn't come with a dress and tampons. That would be a man's gun.
How is an AK come with a dress and tampons? I have a Mossberg 500, 12 gauge, and I got a Glock
Oh
18
wait. You have a Mossberg. What was it?
500.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
So
I have.
do you go to the range at all to practice, or what do you use your guns for?
Yeah, I go to the range with my buddy. We go to shoot straight over here in Florida.
Oh,
It's
for real?
not too bad. Yeah, we shoot from time to time. He's actually got. He's got. If everybody wants Hot Wheels on, he's got more guns than I do. He's the one that got me more into guns than anybody else. He runs a what is it? Open carry political debate thing here at USF on the USF campus. He's been doing it for some time.
Oh, somebody's posting a link. Use Immiger, man, because I'm not gonna like. Here's the thing. I know a lot of people in Gamergate or pro Gamergate, I should say, have been saying they've been getting doxxed, right? That's because people are putting up links with link shorteners. Like they'll use Google or they'll use what was that one that everybody was using, Linksys or whatever it is, and people are like, don't touch that. Like just be careful. Just put up like an Immiger link or put up some site that's known, and then I'll click it. But I'm not going to click shit that's got like image shortener because it relates back to there was this game people used to play and it was pretty funny, but a lot of people got in a lot of trouble for it. They would go and basically create they'd use a URL shortener for a link to the FBI's homepage, and they would conduct a search. So when you clicked on the link, right, instead of going to whatever site they told you it was, it would do a search on the FBI's website for child pornography. So it got the FBI looking into you. So people were putting this up on forums and on fucking image boards and getting people in deep shit. Eventually, I think the FBI figured out that this was going on, so they stopped paying attention. But ever since I read that story like 3 or 4 years ago, I'm not fucking touching anything that people put in link shorteners.
Somebody's been tweeting the shit out of you. They want me to read. Did you read the Intel issued statement on the Gamma Sutra advertising yet?
Was that the one by the CIO?
It was just posted, I guess, yesterday at 5:28 p.m.
Yeah, but I mean, was that the one that was the guy who was claiming to be?
No, this is the real one, and their actual real one this time. They just put it out not too long ago. It's very short. It just says, we take feedback from our customers very seriously. For the time being, Intel has decided not to continue with our current ad campaign on the gaming site Gamma Sutra. However, we recognize that our actions inadvertently created a perception that we somehow taking sides in an increasingly bitter debate in the gaming community. That was not our intent, and that was not our case. When it comes to our support of equality in women, we want to be very clear. Intel believes men and women should be treated the same, and diversity is an integrated part of our corporate strategy and the vision with committees to improve the diversity of our workforce. And while we respect the rights of individuals to their personal beliefs and values, Intel does not support any organization or movement that discriminates against women. We apologize, and we are deeply sorry if we offended anyone.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like corporate speak for we're pulling our ads, deal with it.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Again, they're not going to insult. Fuck, people keep asking for links. Here, I'll post a fucking picture myself. Will it let me post an Immiger link? Let's find out. No, it won't.
Wow,
I will dox myself, chat. I will put the link to the Immiger file in the description. There you go. It's up. There you go. Knock yourself out.
Where is it? I have to see this now.
You have to refresh. It's in the video description on Lazy Friday stream. So you'd have to go to the YouTube page.
Somebody sent me this on here. They said do not search up GitHub. Somebody tweeted out. They showed they have a picture. They emailed GitHub. Some guy named Chris. And he received an email from Email Sherlock, and it says, someone from San Francisco, California, United States, search your email and found your social media profiles. This is what they found out about you. Click here. I don't know. I guess maybe they're looking into the guy who bitched about, I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. People keep sending me that.
Okay, there we go. I'm just making sure the link showed up. Yeah, I don't know why they won't let you post links to other websites. Well, you know what?
What is this?
This was to understand the reason I did this. I used to have a friend that would post pictures of himself with really horrible filters over them, and so this was me mocking him. That's why
okay. People calling you Lone Wolf. Jim is black. Jim is Watchdogs. Eben is beautiful. It's Scout from TF2. I should have known. It was moved the whole time.
The funniest thing I saw in response to that picture when somebody originally posted it was, it looks like a hacked webcam. People thought somebody got my picture from hacking a webcam, which was pretty funny.
I don't know. Chad, I don't know if this is real or not, so I can't really confirm it. But I mean, if it's real, then don't email GitHub. Don't email GitHub because it looks like they're gonna look into your social stuff.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what do you have to worry if you don't? Here's my philosophy on social media. I've always found it to be a major pain in the ass. If you're going to use social media, set up accounts that have alternate email accounts. Don't link them all to your main account. For the love of God, don't favorite or like or any of that shit. Stuff that's related to you in a personal manner. I've always found it really dangerous, right? Especially concerning kids and safety on the internet. When kids will set up Facebook accounts and then they'll like the school they're at, and then they'll use the same username of their Facebook account or something related to their Facebook account on some other account on like YouTube or something else, because it makes it so easy to find out who you are. You know what I mean? Like, why put yourself in that position? Don't do that. There's no reason to use Facebook. And if you're going to use Twitter, if you're going to use something else like that, don't fucking use usernames that are connected to other shit.
Aren't you too young to be drinking vodka, Jim? Get Hot Wheels. Jim, are you the real Unabomber? Did they catch you yet?
That's yeah, that's right. That's why.
Are your eyes bleeding, Jim? Has Satan seen you yet? No, that's Ebola. Okay.
Yeah, I've got Ebola. It's too late now.
Jesus, this fucking. Do you still hate juggalos, Jim? Why won't you answer me? I'm a juggalo. Okay.
I find juggalos funny. I've always found juggalos funny.
I can't believe you have juggalos in Minnesota, man. You know how bad it is in Florida? Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, juggalos are all over the country, and the reason I find juggalos funny is because of my interactions with them on past accounts. That's why I find juggalos funny.
I've had many of interactions with them. They're an interesting group of individuals.
But yeah, no. Somebody posted a chat or a comment in the chat that I saw again when they posted that original limo. Yeah, I am the scout from TF2. You've got me. You've caught me.
Jim is a demon. Possession. It makes sense. It all makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You put Hot Wheels on, you faggot.
Okay.
Frederick just messaged me too on Skype. So you want me to link it to him? I can. The Google.
Yeah, if you want to, would you?
Yeah, I got it. Let me see how do I do this. Let me go back to the Twitter. God, I hate. Don't you hate Twitter? I swear I hate this fucking thing. It's so goddamn.
I've said before I prefer Ask FM because people can ask random questions or anonymous questions. There's no bullshit to it. It's just ask a question, get an answer. It's real straightforward. The only problem with Ask FM is there's no way to search through previous answers. That's the only problem to it.
Right. Yeah. I sent it to Frederick just now. By the way, I'm so new to this shit. I don't really use this kind of stuff. I don't really care.
Hold on. Semyaza? I'm probably butchering that. Can you do more Double Plus Good? Yeah, I'd love to actually. I like doing that. The one where I talked about was it Adria Richards and Karen something? The one who was doing the Kickstarter campaign for her daughter. Yeah, I'd like to do another Double Plus Good. I actually like doing that, and I'd like to do the fucking shit. Jim, can I like your toes? All right, hey, welcome there, Chad. Anyway, yeah, or the one that was what was it, Internet Insanity? I like doing that one too, but I probably can't do that anymore. I did that first Internet Insanity video when I had like a couple hundred subs, so there was no risk of people fucking with the people I was talking about. But I don't want to make crazy people even crazier by sending fucking. I don't even know how many subs I have at this point, but I don't want to flood them with a bunch of people making their shit worse. I'd feel bad in that regard, because that guy was legitimately insane.
This fucking chat, man, I swear to God. Can you run ads of Ben Garrison? Jesus Christ. Zyklon B, Big Ben, he's too scary for me. I don't know how I'd handle that guy. I don't think, if I ever met that guy, I'd be worried. Damn.
The listener 666, Jim, are you a cutie? No, I am a completely average, mundane-looking individual. If I walked by you on the street, you would never take notice of me. I blend into the background. I'm white noise in the flesh. There's nothing unique about me.
Hey, is this working?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, all right.
What's up,
Hey,
buddy?
not much. Was just dealing with DDoS attacks all day today.
I
Oh
heard.
yeah, I heard it. I
Yeah.
heard about that.
We had it for a couple hours here. I can look at the graph again to see exactly what happened. They started around, let's see, what time zone is this? Let's see, that was 14. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, we had, they saturated our entire network link today for like 4 hours, and then they stopped for 2 hours, and then they started again.
Yeah, I had
For
some
another
people.
hour. Yeah.
I had some people tweet me and say that essentially it was just a group fucking with you. So did they just end up stopping and were like, yeah, we fucked with your site a little bit to see how it worked, or what was what do you think was it?
I'm not really sure. There was somebody that took responsibility for it on Twitter.
Yeah, that's who I saw too.
Going by the name Naziware. But I believe that might be one of those Bitcoin for DDoS services, like where an outsider pays for somebody to launch a DDoS against a site with Bitcoin. Because
wait, so somebody actually paid money to fuck with 8chan for an hour?
I believe that might be the case. Yeah.
Well, see that's great because not only does the guy running the DDoS make money off an idiot, but it has no effect on your site because people are still going to use it. I mean, once the DDoS is over, they're going to go back to 8chan.
Exactly, and it's expensive for them to keep it going too, because they have to pay every time that they're saturating the entire 1 gig network link.
Well, I would be worried about half-chan anyways. I want to thank 8chan, the guys on the GG threads, because you guys, I couldn't prove that the mod on 4chan doxed me, and you guys proved it for me by testing the theory out. I remember you guys fucking going insane about that when you're like, yeah, it was actually mod and he's still doing it. And then you guys like went back on the archives and started following from the like September 18th all the way up, and this mod was like shilling the fuck out of wanting to dox everybody.
I love this. Dr. Strangelove in the chat, Gawker paid somebody to DDoS 8chan. I wouldn't be surprised if Patricia Hernandez, shekelled out a couple bitcoins to bring down 8chan.
I'd say all the shit that's been going on about Leah Alexander right now, like every fucking article, shit. When I did the daily news with Socks, I was losing my shit because it was so much shit about Leah Alexandra that and everything just kept linking back to her. I was just like, it's got to be her. Who was the one? There was this guy who supposedly wrote for the anti-Gamergate site a formal email to spam to Intel, and it was like talking about like the reason why you guys should not pull out is because of Leah Alexandra, and it started talking about her struggle with race in her fucking society. I was losing my shit. I don't know if I can go into it.
Isn't she the one who used the euphemism of ghetto to describe niggers?
Yes,
she wrote this really racist shit, and she didn't want to actually be racist, so she used pretty academic political language.
She called some black guy like a hood rat, and then she's talking about how they live in the ghetto and start doing drive-bys and shit. Yeah, and that was like it. She started talking about white people, and then she started talking about Hispanics.
But I mean, see, that blows my mind. These people are the most racist motherfuckers on earth, and they get away with it because they use other language to describe shit instead of putting it in plain terms. Like she's talking about ghetto guys, she's talking about hood rats, she's referring to black dudes. She doesn't have the guts to come out and say the word nigger, so she uses something else. She uses a euphemism to replace that, and I hate that shit because they get away with it. Fuck Leah Alexander for putting that shit out.
I browse polls sometimes, and I saw this post that was very interesting. The word that they tend to use for dark-skinned people now is people of color.
Yeah, POC.
And they said that it's the same thing as colored. Like they asked, somebody on poll said that he asked an old black man, what do you think of the term people of color? And he said, I don't want that shit. It's like colored. I don't want to hear that shit anymore.
Yeah, see, that's the craziest fucking thing.
So they are just as racist as, they were before. They're just coming up with different names.
Look, when I talked to Cause the first time in Sargon, he was so goddamn racist. I had to correct him every time. When I asked him about Not Your Shield, his response was, it's a minority who's misguided. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And I swear, he used World Star as a reference to explain how the POCs in Not Your Shield are say my dick and no homo, and that's who Not Your Shield was. Which I had like trans people who were part of the Not Your Shield like messaging me and the LGBT community, and he was going insane over that. And then he followed up on Sargon's remark saying ISIS represents all Muslims. Like they really fucking believe they're so racist. After that, I was like, Internet Aristocrat was right. These guys are racist as shit. Hey, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, they all are. They're racist. They're sexist. That's the thing. This is the craziest thing about it. When you have people on image boards like Poll or whatever else, right, saying the shit they do, even if you disagree with it, at least they're fucking upfront about it. But the social justice warriors are saying the exact same shit, right? 100 times worse, but they're gutless. They will never fucking say the words. They just pretty it up with academic languages or isms or ists, and they try to like hide it and then act like if you call them out on that, you're a horrible white cis male oppressor. Like it would infuriate me if I was a black dude, or if I was transsexual, or if I was a chick. I would hate these people because I know that they don't like me, but they're just using me as a way to get away with their bullshit.
And then on top of that, right, he stated that he could say that because he was a person of color, and then people found out that he's white. It was like, what in the fuck are you even talking about? I don't know. The anti-Gamergate side blows my mind, and I kept saying, and I was like, before I talk to these people, I really was hoping, it made me wonder, I was like, is Jim like the fucking Nostradamus of the SJWs? Because he gets it before it even fucking happens. I just, as soon as I talked to him, I was like, he's fucking right. These guys are crazy. He must have talked to somebody like this. I just don't see it. I don't know, the culture, man.
Well, no, it's easy to spot. Like I've said before, these people don't care about any cause they adopt. They just want to co-opt it and make it about them. They want to profiteer off it, and they'll use any means necessary to do that. They don't care about black people. They don't give a shit about women. They don't care about transsexuals or LGBT stuff. They don't give a shit about any of that. It's all bullshit. They will tell you what you want to hear, but when you ask them their real opinion on something, they will say the most racist, sexist shit, but they will cover it up in language that makes it acceptable.
Right.
It's blatant, and I think people are starting to cue in on that, and I think people are starting to get really annoyed with it.
Definitely. I would say they are. It was mind-boggling to me when I talked to them, all the debates that I've done, and to the point now where I just don't even ask them for debates anymore unless they ask me. There's just no point. Because everyone I've talked to, the one thing they'll have in common is they're fucking crazy. I want to stress that. They just don't make any sense compared to a normal human being, in my opinion. And so I just was like, all right, I think I've gotten enough from my statistics to know that these guys are fucking nuts.
Yeah, and see, that's why I think, like, Not Your Shield really pissed them off. Oh, clackety clack clack clack. Okay, I see where
I'm
we're going.
sorry, that's my keyboard.
Oh, yeah, you got all the time.
How many of you people buy mechanical keyboards? Jesus.
I have never done, before this whole Gamergate 8chan thing, I had never done any streaming or anything like that before.
You know what? Paul and I are being assholes. People wanted you to come on this chat, so
yeah,
let's ask you some questions. Because chat, what do you want to ask? What do you want to ask the admin? What do you want to ask Hot Wheels? It'll take a minute for them to fucking catch up, but tell us what do you think about Infinite Chan? What was your reason for opening it?
I actually opened it last year because Moot was banning some. It wasn't very big threads. It was just small threads on different boards that, the moderators were deleting, doing it for free even back then. So I opened it so that we could have a place to put those threads. And I thought it was a good idea because I used to be on 4chan.net, which opened in 2010 or 2011 when Moot closed the R9K and new boards on 4chan. Yeah. So, but I realized that 4chan.net was really going downhill because the admin had gotten involved in drugs and he didn't really care about it anymore. But the main thing was that people on Meta were always asking him if he would make new boards. So, and of course the mods would always be like, no, I don't, your boards were stupid. So they would never make new boards. And I was just thinking, well, what would it be like if anybody could just make a new board and see if it would work? So that's really what brought along 8chan.
I'm curious too, because the way that Infinite Chan is structured, right? I remember on Q, when Moot had that going for a while, that somebody had come out and talked anonymously about an idea that was similar. Was that you, or was that somebody else?
Depending on how... no, I never did on Q. the first advertisement thread I made was, it wasn't even really an advertisement thread. I was trying to get opinions from people on G. And that
Okay.
was the only thread I've ever made a shilling on.
Well,
4chan.
no, and I'm not even
Yeah.
saying you were shilling. It might have been somebody from G then that was talking about it, but I thought it was an interesting idea, so that's kind of why I was curious.
Yeah. Anyway, people are telling me in IRC because I'm watching two chats right now. I'm trying to
Okay.
watch the chat in the stream and my IRC chat. They're trying to, say what you changed, say what happened with the DDoS today. So, anyway, we had, over a few hour period, the site was being taken down by this guy on Twitter. I'm pretty sure it's him.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure he was paid to do it, though, and that he really doesn't have any interest in taking
Well,
down the
yeah,
site.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, most
Yeah.
people that rent out botnets don't give a shit one way or the other. They're just out to
Right.
make
They
fun.
just want to make money.
Mhm.
But anyway, we've attempted to connect the site to a hardware firewall. And also tomorrow we're going to set up different kinds of stuff. The funny thing is, if you look at my Twitter account, the thing I was doing right when they started taking down the site is I was making it so that board volunteers, that is people who create boards, cannot see the IPs of the users. Right now, if you post on like a small board, you have to trust that the board volunteer is legitimate, like that he
Okay.
can see your IP. So I was making it so that the last two octets, like if you check my Twitter, you can see I changed it to, instead of 108.41. And then the last two, it's .x.x. So that they can't see the full IP address, but they can still do a range band. Like they can still see sort of what range the
See,
user is
I
in.
like that. That seems
Yeah,
like a good security feature, so people can't set up a fake board and then get IP addresses of somebody to fuck with them.
exactly.
Yeah,
And
that's a good
that's,
idea.
yeah. So right while I was setting that up, I was just working on the band page, and then the site went down due to this DDoS. I was going to release it and then talk about it on a Twitch stream. But because of this attack that I had to deal with, that didn't happen. So tomorrow I'm going to be working on this, and I'm also going to be working on creating so that a large board can have more than one mod.
And then, so I guess I got a couple questions for you.
Sure.
Like, how is traffic doing? Because I've been going to Infinite Chan a lot, and it seems like you guys are getting a lot of postings, but I don't know when you compare it to something like, I mean, let's be honest, 4chan gets a lot of traffic. Obviously, it's been around a long time. It's got a name.
Yeah.
How are you doing compared to them, or compared to other image boards that exist already? I mean, are you guys seeing a decent amount of traffic? How is that going?
It's hard to really tell because I don't put a lot of analytics on the site because of privacy.
Okay.
That was something I promised from day one. So I
If,
don't put like Google Analytics or anything like that. So
if
I don't
you,
really monitor traffic directly. But if you go to Alexa, you can see our
yeah,
traffic.
I was
Yeah.
about to
Okay.
say that. 'Cause I remember you came on the Mumble you guys set up. I don't know if you set it up. Somebody did.
Uh, Somebody else set it up. It
Yeah,
wasn't me.
somebody who was on 8chan was like, if you're listening, Paul, come on here. Let's talk about the Digra stuff. And I came on. I remember you came on that Mumble, and somebody linked me the Alexa and for the month, and they're like ranked is what is it? I think you guys are like what 4,000 or something like that. I can't even remember. You're up there. It's like 4,000, 2,000, and 4chan's
Yeah.
rating for the month was like 23,000, and they like lost so much traffic within a month. It was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
they've lost a lot of traffic from this, and I hope that another thing we're working on. If you guys have been following my Twitter, I know that a lot of people haven't been, but we're also working on a
What
Japanese version
wait,
of the
wait,
site.
before you go into that, what's your Twitter
Sure.
handle so people in the chat can follow you if they want
Oh,
to?
sure. It's at InfiniteChan. This is where I post. This is basically like our status blog. If the
Okay.
site is down, this is the first place you should check because that's where I'm going to post about it. People in
Okay.
the chat are asking me if I'm using a voice changer. No, I'm not. This is my natural voice. It's because of my bone disease.
So there you go, Chad. But I like the
Yeah.
fact that see, I like that. I like that you're willing to buck the analytics trend. You know, instead of trying to get the most feedback you can to brag about the site, you'd rather value user security and privacy. I mean, we saw
Yeah.
that pop up with Reddit, when the mod that had come out in that leaked interview and then later had come out on streams, it said they don't value user privacy at all. You know, they don't give a shit about that. So I like the fact that Infinite Chan cares more about their user base than they do about bragging rights.
Right. None of these companies really do care about their user privacy. For example, 4chan uses Cloudflare, which
Mhm.
is a very large company that logs everything that goes through it. I was reading in The reason that we don't use Cloudflare anymore is because I believe that it's I've had multiple people tell me, and I also believe that it's true, that it's actually funded by the U.S. government to log all the traffic that goes through it. It makes sense to me that it's part of the NSA spying program because it's a CDN that's a lot cheaper than all the other options out there. So even though using it would make it a lot easier for us to counter DDoS attacks, I don't think it's worth it for the privacy concerns.
Do you think that's part of the allure? Like, I'll be straight up with you. I'm fucking tech illiterate. I'm the dumbest motherfucker on the web. But do you think that's part of the appeal? Like, let's say it was part of the PRISM program or it was part of some kind of NSA program. So they offer a service that's like, hey, we'll protect you from DDoS, we'll protect you from all these things, and it makes it really appealing. So you use a service, but then you're getting fucked and you don't know it. Do you think
Exactly.
that's kind of...
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they are so much cheaper than all their competitors, and it doesn't make sense. They even offer their services for free. And
now 4chan uses Cloudflare, doesn't it?
yeah, they're even offering free SSL next month. So it just doesn't make sense that they would offer all of this for free. So
because that costs money to
yeah,
use those kind of resources.
it costs money to get certificates. It costs money to stop DDoS attacks. It costs money to do all of this stuff. If you go to every other CDN provider, like Amazon or my mind is going blank, but there's a lot of different ones, you will see that they charge a lot. And Cloudflare just does it for free. So it's very suspicious.
Well, and that's an interesting thing, because I remember when the PRISM program information leaked, right? When people were talking about the Snowden leaks and the Der Spiegel leaks and that kind of stuff, people were asking, in relation to Microsoft with the Xbox One, why would they put out a product like Kinect when they knew they were going to lose a lot of money? But written in the NSA's deal in regards to PRISM was a financial compensation. So it's interesting that Cloudflare would release these kind of benefits, I guess, for free, because you know a normal business would lose money on it, but one that's backed by PRISM, that's backed by NSA, would be underwritten. So that cost would be paid for by the U.S. government.
Exactly, by taxpayers, yeah.
Yeah, so that makes sense. I can see where you're coming from with that.
Anyway, you know, it's just a silly conspiracy, I suppose you could say that. But PRISM was a silly conspiracy before, you know, Edward Snowden.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd rather have you be more cautious, even if it borders on conspiracy, if it comes to my privacy and security. I want a site that's going to give a shit about that, and that's one of the reasons I like Infinite Chan. That's one of the reasons I like browsing it, is because I feel more secure going there. So by all means, put all the tinfoil on you want if it means I'm not going to get fucked by the NSA and by everybody else that's looking to screw me.
All right, cool. I just wanted to say, too, I'm a big fan of yours. This is the first time I've talked to you. I really like your ableism video, the Tumblrisms. I hope you do more of those.
Yeah, I like doing the Tumblrisms because I hate, like I said, I guess going back to Tumblrisms, the reason I dislike these kind of people like social justice warriors is they take a concept or they take an idea and they fucking destroy it, right? They're using it for means that aren't in any way related to what they originally existed for. Like ableism.
Right.
When it originally existed, it was just people saying normal, realistic shit. Like, hey, man, you know, I'd love it if you put a fucking wheelchair ramp in your building.
Yes, that's what it used to be, but now they're turning it into just, you know, anything and everything is a disability, and you have to respect all of my 5,000 different disabilities, hidden headmates, and you can't say anything bad against me because that's ableist, and they're perfectly fine. They can walk around. Sure, they might be a little fat, but there's really nothing wrong with them. So, you know, yeah, your ableism video is really spot on.
Oh, yeah, that pissed Tumblr off quite a bit. I got raided from a lot of Tumblr users because a couple of the popular people, I think it was Social Justice Wario and Misandry Mermaid or whatever the fuck it is. No, that's their like their real names and shit. But they had said, "Oh my God, this ableism video is terrible. You need to pull it down. We need to go flag it repeatedly." At the very least, I mean, Google for all its faults and YouTube for all its faults, when they see something like that happening, they don't shut it down. Right, they'll intercede. That's why I suggest to anybody that's getting rated, if you put a video up and you know it's going to get rated, my suggestion is screen cap what's happening and then post it as a comment on the video. Because when the person working at Google goes to look at the video, they will read that comment and see that image capture and understand what's happening. so you can protect yourself pretty well if you do stuff like that.
On a side note, Jim, did you ever find out? I know you did a video on this. Did you ever find out if the Tumblr people really were triggered so hard that they killed themselves when they raided 4chan? You remember? You know what I'm talking about? The 2 girls that they supposedly said that died during the raid of 4chan.
Oh, I heard this.
Yeah, there was one person who posted a Tumblr saying that they were on the phone with their friend for 5 hours as they overdosed on pills, which is bullshit. I don't believe any of that. The other one was
these guys are so offensive in everything they do. They pretend that they have PTSD. Like real soldiers who have been to Iraq and have real PTSD. Like, I don't think they realize how offensive they are that they say that they're getting PTSD from looking at gore on a computer screen. There are people that have actually been involved in like IED attacks, and now they have actual PTSD.
I talked about this from a psychological point of view because I had somebody come on. Oh, TV Tokyo Ben. He was asking me from a psychological standard how would people interact in society if they were triggered. Like, I guess he talked to somebody who said that he was being triggered by a cereal. I don't know.
Holy shit, are you serious?
Yeah, this was on my last stream, and I was talking to TV Tokyo Ben about the Game Journal Pros and the industry and how it goes, the real media, because he comes from old media versus the new. And he was asking me from a psychological standard, and I was like, listen, if these people were serious, like we're talking about if legitimately he was triggered, quote unquote, and PTSD happened when he looked at his cereal, okay, I was like, they would be people who are heavily medicated, usually borderline. Most likely, we call them borderline because they're about to pop.
Right.
Very high anxiety. They would have a hard time dealing with anything in the open. So, social anxiety would be extreme. In any case, if they're that sensitive to things, they'd be usually hospitalized very quickly. We call it Baker Act in the state of Florida. It's called a Baker Act. But I was like, so the people who say this stuff, in society, if you saw them out in public, they'd be losing their shit. You would call the cops because they'd be going crazy. But we don't ever see that very often. So, I really want to stress it's bullshit. And I remember, Jim, you did a video, and you were talking about Poe's Law. I think this is the ableism video, actually. And you said, now you tell me, you read this and tell me if you could see if this is real or is it bullshit. Some girl who talked about getting Baker acted and going to a psych ward because she has headmates and all this other crazy shit, and her parents were like, you're just attention seeking.
Oh, yeah, it was that tortoise girl.
Yeah.
The one who thought she was a turtle.
And I'm telling you right now, Jim, reading it, I guarantee that scenario, I've seen that actually happen in scenarios like that, similar to that, and coming onto my units. I'm about to leave for work here in a minute. I'm going to switch to my phone. But I've seen that coming onto my units. That's what I was trying to talk to you. It's hard to describe because they come in, and the way that the doctors and we handle it is we just write off as attention seeking because you can't really diagnose it. We're just like, okay. Because when you look at somebody who has psychological issues, you look at the issues that are behind it, the underlying values, and where they're coming from. If you're schizophrenic, you'll show the certain signs. If you're manic depressive, you'll show the signs. If you have PTSD, obviously your history will show the signs. We look at your medical history, where this began. This wouldn't be the first time you've been here. But with situations like that, you just write it off as attention seeking because at that point you're like, oh, okay, well. You don't seem like you have any of these symptoms, or you're not showing any of the signs. You're just lashing out because you want attention. I don't know. So
well, yeah, that's what it is. It's ego-centered or ego-fueled narcissists. Right. They want to be coddled. They want to be told they're special. They want everybody to pay attention to them, and they'll shit up people with legitimate reasons. That's why it pissed me off with the ableism thing. Oh,
it definitely. And that's one of the videos I really relate to on yours. Like I said, I've been following you since you did the video on the headmates because I was looking into when I was getting into psychology, I started seeing more and more of these people, and they started using terminologies like that. Like, I'm not kidding. They would use these terminologies openly, and I had no idea. And
that's really crazy that they get that kind of stuff from Tumblr.
They say that if you really talk to these people, they'll use the terminology openly, and they don't see that as an issue. And when I asked them to explain it to me at the beginning, they would tell me to go do my own fucking research. And so the first video I got was because the first incident I had was gang stalking, the gang stalking syndrome, and I tried to explain to them that that's called paranoid delusions. And they were telling me I'm wrong, that gang stalking exists, and I said no. I said you're being paranoid and delusional. It's a form of it's like borderline schizophrenia. You believe these things are happening, but it's not. And they
that's really sad that Tumblr is actually making people that are sick psychologically even worse.
the incident that this occurred, the person was like, no, and they got aggressive with me. I had to give him what's called an ETO, which is called an emergency treatment operations, where you give them injection. You give them a little bit of Thorazine, Haldol, Ativan. Anyways, so when he got upset with me because I wouldn't accept the fact that he was telling me that gang stalk is real, that these people do this, and I'm a part of it, and it's all one big fucking scheme. And I was like, okay, well, this guy's schizophrenic, but he didn't show the signs of schizophrenia, and he really was being serious. So I went and did research, and the first video I got was yours, and I started watching it, and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ! And so, so I started watching more of your stuff, and I was like, Jesus, this shit is
right.
Like...
That's why I agree with the and I know this is up on Wikipedia, and I know that certain psychologists and sociologists have talked about this. Munchausen by internet. I really do believe that's something that exists, and I believe that it's centered in Tumblr. I think it's people that want attention, and instead of using a child or a family member to basically get sick, they use themselves. So they'll invent headmates, they'll use tulpas, they'll use ableism, they'll use whatever, because they want everything to be about themselves. That's why Special Snowflake describes them so fucking well.
Right.
And what really pisses me off is you have somebody that's legitimately mentally ill, and they will fucking destroy that person by feeding them big loads of bullshit. Right? It's infuriating, I guess,
exactly.
at the end of the day.
You did a video on that, and then you did another video on headmates, which was fantastic, because you used an example of someone with a severe schizophrenia, and we're like, this shit is not fucking funny. And I was like, I wish they would meet somebody with real schizophrenia.
I'm just going to cut in for a minute. Somebody asked me in the chat, are you worried at all about the SJW setting up a base of operations on Infinite Chain by making their own board? Would you delete said board if you found it? The answer to that is no, I wouldn't delete it, but I wouldn't help them manage it either, just like I don't help any other board owner manage their boards. So if they were complaining to me, oh, you have to help me manage this board or I'm getting flooded all the time, I would tell them, no, you have to do it yourself. And also, I wouldn't let them request to ban people from the whole site either. The idea is that Infinite Chain is a place where anybody can set up a board. I don't really see that SJWs would come on Infinite Chain because they would be the only one in just a sea of people who hate them. So I don't really see that happening, but no, I wouldn't delete their board.
Well, there you go, Chad. And see, that's the perfect answer. That's the kind of answer I like. Again, it shows that Infinite Chain is different from 4chan. Like, you'll allow people to come in that are completely fucking, I guess, batshit crazy, if we're talking about social justice warriors.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're not prohibiting them from coming in and making their own board. So I like that. I like that answer. That's a good answer.
Chad keeps asking me about headmates. The difference between headmates and schizophrenia, and prime examples. In schizophrenia, the majority of cases will be seeing people and voices, hearing voices. The majority of voices are very dissonant. They're very aggressive. At most of the time, it's nonstop. You mostly will hear voices more than you will see people. The difference between that and headmates is in headmates it can be fucking anything, like stars, goddamn universes, fucking anything.
Doctor Who, yeah.
Doctor Who. In schizophrenia, when you're born with it, there's a movie called A Beautiful Mind, by the way. It's a prime example. It'll be as you grow up, you'll create personifications of things in your head, and it'll manifest itself, and they're parts of your personality. So. I mean, there are certain cases where you'll hear people who have schizophrenia talk about seeing the devil and demons, and that's extreme cases, but that's their personification of what evil would be. So it's very rare that you'll see people talk about, I'm seeing the universe, or Jesus is in front. I mean, yeah, if you're a self-righteous religious nut, but it's very rare.
And Paul, kind of talking into that, given your profession and what you do, I know there was research conducted in Japan, right? It was at a Japanese university, and they were basically trying to map the way the brain worked, and they'd found that they could tap into signals with visual information. So if they showed somebody a cue card that said the letter A or the letter B, they could read brain waves and then print out what they were seeing. So do you think there's going to reach a point where, with technology like that, where you'll be able to see what schizophrenics are actually seeing with visual hallucinations, and be able to prove that people with headmates and all this other shit are full of crap?
Definitely.
Yeah.
But the people with headmates, and I want to stress this, The people who talk about gang stalking headmates, these Tumblr special snowflakes, they have an issue. They have a disorder that's going on. I would go with narcissist personality disorder. They have a personality disorder. They have to cling on to these things. You have to have something wrong with you in your head to justify the shit that you spew. I really want to stress that. So there is something wrong with these people.
Right. I was thinking that multiple personality disorder was really rare. But if you go on Tumblr, they all claim to have it.
Right.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Or if they don't want to take responsibility for something, they'll say, "Oh, my other headmate was fronting. That's why."
Right, exactly. These are personality disorders. So when you are, is people who use the term headmates taken seriously by psychologists? No, we call it attention seeking and write that in the books. Literally, we write it as attention seeking, and that we will usually discharge them. If it's like, if my doctor, I have two different doctors I work with, two psychiatrists. One is Dr. Well, I shouldn't say their name, but we have a male doctor and a female. The female one is more nicer than the male doctor, who usually writes that shit off and kicks you right to the curb.
Well, that's what he should do. I agree with that. I mean, I wouldn't put up with... Listen, these people are attention-seeking. If you feed into that, you're going to just bolster the disorder.
This is the reason why I'm also getting out of the field. I've been doing this for about 7 years, and we have something in the field, in the psychology industry we call revolving door syndrome. It's where you see the same people. Like, you'll kick them out, they'll come right back. They'll do something else, and they'll come right back, and they use the system. Because most of the time these people come in, they don't have insurance. They're indigent, which means they have no insurance. They use the system and they pay the taxpayers dollars, and it's bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's bushwag. They'll leave for 2 weeks. They'll come right back with the same fucking story. And it's the common knowledge is you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And in psychology, that's so profound. And people bitch. Somebody bitched to me about pharmaceuticals and medications in psychology and over medicating. And pharmacy departments are fucked up. No, pharmacy companies are fucked up because they market their stuff to these psychiatrists, and they tell the psychiatrist they'll give them a cut per patient that they get on medications. So if you guys take medications, and I'm gonna say, you'll probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Say you go see your psychiatrist and you're already taking a medication, you're telling him, it's not really working anymore. He'll give you like what's called a tester. He'll be like, oh, this is a new product. They like to say that a lot. This is a new product coming out from this pharmaceutical company. Test this, take it home, try it for a week, come back to me. If you like it, we'll put it on you. And if you've seen that, it happens a lot. And they literally get paid to market the stuff that they get. So they get their own paycheck, and then they get paid from these pharmaceutical companies to do that. So that's one issue. Another issue is in psychology, I can't force you to face your fears. Majority of psychological breakthroughs that we had are through unethical experiments. And the Board of Science and Industries and stuff like that, they have a lot of set regulations where we can't do unethical things to a broad extreme. Stuff like the Stanford experiment or
right. You're never going to do that again. They're never going to let you do that. Yeah.
Right. You could look at those and say they're unethical, but they proved a lot. It's the same thing with like how the U.S. military or U.S. or the Allied nations took all the Nazis' work and they put it to use. It was the same way. We'll never do it again. But it came out with a lot of results. So in psychology, big time, we have a hard time. We can't break you into stuff. Just getting you to accept something just causes people to have massive breakdowns. And then they have to deal with the acceptance part. It's something that you have to go through in different stages. And but I can't literally make you face what you're doing. I could cause psychological damage that's even worse than what you're going through now. I mean, there is if you're interested in this kind of stuff, there's a thing called Dark Matters, Twisted But True. Go check out that show. It was on the Science Channel for a time.
Sorry, somebody said in chat, WebMD says I'm sick.
WebMD says you're sick?
Yeah.
Let's go see a doctor, man.
Well, actually, one sec, because Chad is asking a lot of questions, so I don't want to ignore them completely.
Yeah, they're saying, like, we're talking too much about the psychology thing.
Right. For Hot Wheels, people were asking about the recent, was it a merger with 2Channel? How did that work? What exactly took place?
Sure. I want to say... I would have to really look back in my chat history to see right when we moved to their data center. But I want to say a few days after the exodus, the administrator of 2Channel joined my IRC room and sent me a message. And we talked for a couple hours because I didn't know if I could trust him at first. I didn't want to sacrifice any of the things that I had put up for the site. But he
Right.
told me that no, nothing would change. None of the rules would change. He would give me legal advice. We could set up a Japanese version. Like, he gave me all this different stuff we could do if we merged. He said nothing would have to change. I could still open source it, which I did the next day. We could put up the Japanese version. We could, and it just leads to a lot of stability for us because they've been around since 1999. They know all the laws about this. So if I wanted to really make it something that wasn't just going to be a flash in the pan for, you know,
and
whatever
that's
happened.
one other thing people are asking: is it 2chan or 2channel? What exactly did you merge
It's
with?
2channel. I feel like I answer this in every stream I do because it's so confusing. It's all right. 2chan is called Futaba Channel. That's a separate company from 2channel, which is the text board. 2channel is just text. It doesn't have. It's more like a Japanese version of Reddit than a Japanese version of 4chan. 2channel. That's the one that we merged with. 2channel has 1 and 2.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
2channel.
Oh, I'm sorry. The other
Yes.
question people were asking, because you kind of cleared that up, is can they call you? Somebody asked this. Can they call you the Golden Throne?
I said in a
Apparently.
previous stream that I don't really care what people call me, which is, you know, people call the site Cripple Chan. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not a narcissist like Moot is. I said this in a previous stream. It doesn't matter what people think about me. I just care that the site is up and that there's a place where people can have, you know, a place to have free speech.
Well, that's what I like too. I like the fact that you can say whatever the fuck you want. It feels like 4chan, or half-chan, as people are referring to it in the fucking chat. It feels like it's become stymied. Like there are limits to what you can say, and I know Moot has dodged the issue and he said things essentially like it was never about free speech.
Yeah, which is bullshit, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was at a fucking conference with, is it Sherrod DeGrippo or whatever, the person who used to own Ed, and he had asked her point blank, why is it that you're abandoning your user base? Why are you restricting things? Why are you basically setting up a new website? And he was the only one there that did that. So I don't know what the hell has happened with him recently, but
I would say that the hardest thing.
I'm gonna say he's probably fucked Leigh Alexander or Gawker Media, one of the two. I would say
that the hardest thing about 4chan right now is actually getting the word out because, as King of Poles said earlier in the stream, they ban every mention of 8chan, Infinite Chan. They've even started banning our silly nicknames like 4chan.
They've doxed you, Frederick. Yeah. I've been in the poll threads on there before they doxed me, before I stopped going there completely. And like I said, I want to thank 8chan's GG board a lot because
the thing is, I don't care that I'm doxed. I put my real name in the footer.
I know you don't. But,
yeah.
But the thing was is that 8chan, the 8chan GG board guys, they started looking into the mod thing when I put it up there when they did that to me.
Right. The only person that can write 8chan like that is a moderator.
Right, and then they came out to it, and then they went even further to test it out by going through the archives all the way from when they first banned the word 8chan and when the shilling began, and then it just showed so much shit, and it was like, wow, what in the fuck is this mod doing?
Yeah,
and it's
definitely
it's
moderators mostly, or at least people who have staff accounts like paid shills that have staff accounts.
In the instance of that, like I've read the stuff they've said about you, you know, how you live on your own and stuff like that, and why that's irrelevant. I think, to be honest with you, I really don't give a shit how you live in your house or anything like that compared to other people. But they use it to justify why 8chan is bad. I think that's it's funny. That's funny, but all right.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've seen those threads. I've been so busy trying to keep the site up today. I haven't really
you don't want to see them, dude. It gets out of control. The mods are the one that started. That's what I'm talking about. The GG guys really found out who's been starting the threads of talking shit about you, and then when the doxing began. Like they literally from the September 18th all the way into the 19th and then up is when it all started. And it started with them just shit posting because everybody from 18th below was like, oh yeah, go to 8chan. This shit is kill. And then after the 18th is when the word got banned. On the 19th. All of a sudden, a moderator, it just showed the moderator was the only one that was posting it. He would make literally spam threads on every fucking board about how 8chan is shit and all this other stuff. And then he started posting stuff about you and who pays you and where you live at. And then it went on from that to him doxing people who. He asked the GG board guys. They know all about this because I follow the GG board quite intently.
And you guys
Right.
did a fucking fantastic job proving that shit. You guys started tweeting me all your proof and saying save this shit before the deletes on archive. So
Yeah. I
it was
like how
just
we
crazy.
have 2,800 people watching now, but they always say,
Oh,
there's
they
only
love Internet
200 of
Aristocrat.
you.
They
There's
love that
only
wig.
200 of you.
Yeah, they'll always try to diminish the amount. I mean,
Yeah.
when you're looking at the Gamergate, especially with the Gamergate hashtag, it's what 50 to 60,000 posts a day. It blows out of the water the idea that there are only 100 people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially, and I know it's weird. It's intermingled with people that are going to Infinite Chan and people that are using that hashtag, but it's the event coincided so much with kind of people, I guess, migrating over there. But there are a lot of people. It's not 200 people. If it was only 200 people, or if it was only a handful of people, Intel would never have pulled their advertising campaign. So
Exactly.
that should speak to the amount of people that are really just sick of all this shit and sick of a lot of the stuff that's going on. I've
Right.
seen in the chat too. People talk about $10. You know, again, they're talking about like groups like Weird Twitter or Cast-Offs, that kind of stuff. Lotex has allowed people to go on Something Awful and to bitch about Gamergate one way or the other. He doesn't give a shit. Something Awful doesn't give a shit is the official position. They'll let you bitch one way or the other if you're supporting it or you hate it. But it's really bizarre to me to see that Something Awful has taken that approach where Moot has basically tried to purge it from every fucking board on 4chan. It's
Right,
so
and
bizarre that
I don't
those...
see why Moot wouldn't just make it the same way. That people
Yeah,
can either
exactly.
talk for or against it, because that's what he
Right.
would have done a few years ago. But
Go ahead.
yeah, since you say that you follow the GG board, I'm sure you've seen the proof on there.
Oh, I have.
All of
Those
the-
guys are fantastic.
yeah.
They dig so much shit. That is.
Yeah.
I go on the GG board. Last night I was on the GG board. I was anonymously posting all the information that I found before this morning, the morning when I did the Digra stuff. I'm making a video similar to what Sargon is. It's gonna be about 9 minutes long over the weekend to post on YouTube about my findings on Digra and the Anita advisors, quote unquote, and how Digra is connected to Silverstring Media.
Right.
I know that Sargon did his part because it's been mainly me, Rogue, and Sargon been digging into the Digra Game Journal Pro thing. So
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Rogue to drop the ball on the financial part. But
The thing that I really can't believe about Moot is that he goes to XOXO, but without 4chan, none of these people care about him. If he
Exactly.
destroys 4chan, he is completely worthless to them. Like, he has just served a part in their, like, a useful idiot. Oh,
Right,
thanks, Moot, for...
he's...
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not
he's
going to
using...
support his startups. They're not going to support DrawQuest or whatever other stupid stuff he's
I
trying
think
to
he's
do.
trying.
Or
I'd say you want to get away from 4chan, in my opinion. I mean, I think the name has deterred this shit to the mud so much. I mean, what happened
Yeah.
with this last thing that he tried to start up? That the millions of dollars he blew on that fucking failed completely.
He has had 2 startups so far.
Yeah,
The
2.
first one was
And it-
Canvas, and that one failed like
Canvas.
completely. And now he's trying to shill DrawQuest. I don't know how that one's going. But either way, these people, the only reason that they care about him and they're giving him any support is because he has power over 4chan. So, and I don't know how he doesn't realize that.
Right, that's
Like,
the only reason they want to give him money is because he created a website that has such a huge user base. But without 4chan, nobody's going to invest in Canvas and nobody's going to invest in DrawQuest. $925,000 went down the toilet because neither of those properties turned a profit. So I don't know, you know, XOXO Fest is this crazy place where people go to invest in you know, ideas and startup companies. And he's really interconnected to that, and I think that plays a decision into why he's acting the way he is right now. Because I know that investors that had given him money for specifically DrawQuest were at XOXO when he was there listening to Anita Sarkeesian and Leigh Alexander and the others.
Right.
Somebody wanted to ask me about the Intel stuff. Now that Intel's pulled out, who to be expecting next? In my opinion, if they keep giving Intel shit, okay, Intel's a big parent company of a lot of companies. Like AMD bought out Radeon, and Radeon and AMD for a long time were companies that worked with each other. NVIDIA works really well with Intel. They literally make their graphics cards to basically match up with the Intel chipsets. Same with there's a couple motherboard companies, Asus, Gigabyte. There's different ones out there. I'll tell you this much: if there's any of sister companies or baby companies that they're parented with that are Intel and they keep giving them shit, I expect Intel quite nicely telling the other companies that they're a part of to start pulling out as well. You can't keep fucking with the lion's den, in in my opinion.
Right, exactly. All right. Well, I'm going to. It's been a good conversation, but I think I'm going to take a small break here, talk to Chad a little bit, and then bring in because people have been asking for low ping and retro VGN. I think are the
All
names.
right.
Cool, man.
It's cool.
I'm
It's
driving to work, so I got to get out of here.
yeah. Right now it's 11 o'clock for me too. So that's when my Japanese consultants start coming on. You know, over at 2 Channel. So I usually work with them at this time on the
No,
Japanese side. So I'm probably gonna get
I
off too.
yeah, I appreciate you both coming
Yeah.
in. I know Chat wanted especially to talk to the admin of Infinite Chan and King of Pole. It's always good to have you in here too, because they're interested in the psychology shit, especially related to Tumblr and all the crazy fuckers that are
If
over
you
there.
ever do another video and you want like you've done your headmates and your gang stalking, just let me know. I'll give you so much info. Your head will spin.
Yeah, no, definitely. All right. Well, I will talk to you guys later. It's been a good stream, and I'm gonna pull in some other people, I think.
All right. Cool. Bye. Yep. Bye. Bye.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Take it easy, man. Play
Yep.
your ass. I want more ass.
You just turned into a robot, King. And he's gone. Oh, let's see. I'm hearing a really weird static now. I think he fucked up my stream. Thank you, King, for your cell phone call because I think it's just busted my fucking Steam quality or stream quality. God damn, the liquor's kicking in. Chat, if you could help me out once you see those two names pop out, is there a weird like white noise in the background, or am I losing my fucking mind? Because I can't really tell. I think the liquor's affecting me at this point. We'll find out in a second. Gem Talk Common Core, I'll bring that up in a second. Let me see if I can actually find out what the sound quality is like. I'm going to refresh the page and take a look. Static now. I think he fucked up my stream. Thank you, King, for your... Because I think it's just busted my... give me 1 sec. I'm just going to give a few seconds of silence to see what it sounds like. Chat. Oh, no. All right, never mind. I'm a fucking retard. Apparently, there's nothing wrong. I've got it in my head now from the Google streaming thing. God damn, am I drunk? All right. So let's see if I can get, I don't know, low ping, retro VGN. If you're still on, I'll pull you in. Otherwise, I'm going to bring in Andrew. It's the guy that did the Jesse Ventura voices. Oh, let me see if I can pull him in. So you can hear the conspiracy theory directly from Jesse. Oh, fuck. Yes, the liquor's talking, evildoer. I've been drinking the entire time, and it's definitely kicking in. Talk about your box. I don't know, man. Oh, shit. Oh, Andrew, please respond. I need somebody to bounce off of. Otherwise, I'm going to just slur my words like a fucking idiot. Oh, fuck, that's right. We're doing prank calls tonight. I know I forgot something. Damn it. Oh, I'm never going to hear the end of this now. Oh, I bet they've been in there for a while, too. Fucking shit. Well, chat, while I wait for a response, what do you feel like talking about? Oh, apparently Danny went to go get Chinese food, so. Grab a link here. I'm going to pull in Jesse Ventura and Alex Jones. Give me 1 second. See if we can pull them in. Confirmed for lightweight. Maya, whatever. I'm not a lightweight. I mean, I drank through. I don't even know how much. How much is this? I can't even tell. It doesn't give me a measurement of 750 milliliters. I don't know. I've went through about a third of it, so maybe I'm a lightweight. Maybe I'm just a little bitch that can't handle this alcohol. I don't know. Clack, 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 click, click. No, King of Pull is gone. So if you're hearing clack, 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 click, click, it means the stream quality's gone to shit. Oh, and fuck. The chat just died on me because of high volume. Let's try this again. There we go. Andrew, anytime. Oh, disaster. This has turned into a disaster.
Yo, what's going on?
Oh, thank God you made the fucking humming go away.
Oh,
I blame King of Pull. Oh, yeah, I blame King of Pull for that. His fucking cell phone call. There was like a white noise in the background, and it was driving me fucking crazy.
Oh, was staticky? Was he getting offers or something?
Oh yeah, you know it. So chat wanted me to bring in Jesse Ventura and Alex Jones. So I thought I'd bring in Jesse and Alex. This is Blackface Kermit on Twitter, by the way. It's Andrew. He's the guy who did the intro voices in the videos I put up.
Greetings. This is great to. I mean, greetings. Thanks for having me on, Jim. I don't know hard feelings, though. I would have wished you told me that you were going to get Alex to do the intro, but it's all right. Alex and I are good friends. We like to bust each other's chops. You know, we're good buds. No hard feelings. Just a little notice next time.
Oh, you like that there, Alex?
Well, I will say it's okay. It's been brought recently to my attention. If you're all paying attention to my websites, Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.net, get the plug out there just in case to grabbing some new viewers. Today on my show, the show where the thing is I don't do the whole 3 hours. I do about a half hour, an hour, and then I got to go lay down because my back is kind of killing me. And I have my Brit Bong co-host take over the show, and she was talking to Syria girl. I don't know. I can never. And
Captain Crunch.
She was talking about stuff in the Middle East, and we had a huge discussion on Ebola, but they briefly touched on this Gamergate business. I personally, this whole thing, it seems like the same old thing. I haven't played. Look at me, listen, I'm old, and it's been a long time since I ever played a video game. My kids, they play the game sometimes. They like to play the Call of Duties and the battles, the battle tanks, the battle tank world, whatever. It's like I haven't. The last time I saw a video game was at my local pub. They've got the Pac-Mans, they got pinball machines up there. But this is very typical of globalists. Just like they've infiltrated, it seems, your hobby. I mean, they've been doing it for decades now. I mean, way back. They want to make us soft. For what? For a plethora of things. Like, not in the immediate future. We can't foresee what they want to do. But the fact that they want to take away your Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man and your Tetris and Mario's, and just it's a different world now. It's like I thought we played I like a good movie, even though if it's corrupted by the Jewish dogma of Hollywood, more or less these days. I can't say the same for the video game industry. But and plus I play some of the games on my phone. I play the Candy Crush sometimes, and those Angry Birds are something else. It's like there's a new one coming out every day,
Well, no. Do you have any advice on water filters? I've been very curious about that.
I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you so much.
I bet you are.
One thing I love is that the globalists love to poison our water and poison our bodies, try and poison our minds, both physically and mentally. But the thing is, we don't let them. And these Pure One water filters, they are the best. You can just type in Alex Jones water filters. You can find them on our sites, Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.net, and there's a coupon code on the side. Check the Twitters, check the social mediums that we're all on. Facebook, we're everywhere, and you should find the code there. I do not have it offhand. I'm just sitting here on the couch on my my iPad, and but the thing is, there's no fluoridation. They extract. You can get these sponges, the sponges that come complete. Now, the water filters are a bit pricey, but the thing is, when you buy them and use them, you will know that money was well spent, and you're not poisoning your body with deadly microbes and with pure filtration system, third party, independently developed outside of the major corporations, away from this the whole blue gold lobby, as I like to call them. They call water blue gold. It's called blue gold. Yes, blue gold.
Is that blue gold, huh? You don't say.
It is. Tycoons are buying up reservoirs all over the place. They're buying up all the water rights to every little place they can get their hands on. You know, Poland Spring, Dasani, all these people, they have deep pockets. The soda lobby, they're silent partners in all these water companies. But the thing is, one thing that's interesting, and people misquote me on this. People say that I put forth a claim that the plastic inside of, or the cartons inside of like juice boxes can turn kids gay. It could warp their hormones or something in their bloodstream that makes them think that they'll become gay. And but basically what I said was there's a chemical inside juice boxes or water bottles. If you throw them in the ocean, the chemical is absorbed by the fish, and it could turn them asexual or homosexual, anything but heterosexual. It gives them homosexual qualities towards each other, and then they don't reproduce, and then we don't get the seafood. I don't think there's a conspiracy there. I think it's just it's kind of a happy, funny accident. But it's while it's not a main issue, it is still something to really consider. If you're making, it's kind of funny. Like, I'm serious all the time, but it's good to get a good laugh out of the exaggeration of something I said. That juicy juice boxes, the chemicals that they drink and they slurp out of the plastic straws turns them gay or gives them homo tendencies.
Well, Jesus, Jesse, you're really stepping out of. Or, fuck, Jesse. God, I'm sorry. It's vodka kicking. And Alex, you're really stepping out on a limb here.
It really is, and it's just, I will say, I want to commend all of you at Gamergate. Keep fighting the good fight, and as Jesse would say, stay vigilant, and if you want to keep up to date, we're always looking for, come to our forums, discuss it, please, post everything, Mr.
You want people from Gamergate to go to InfoWars?
Exactly. Who knows? Yeah, absolutely. I stand by anyone who fights for freedom against censorship, and that is what these. I never heard the term social justice warrior until fairly recently. I've heard pseudo-intellectual, pseudoscience, all that habber blabber fancy talk. But social justice warriors, and it's just these people who've emerged who said gender fluid. What is gender fluid? You're gender fluids. That's fucking disgusting. I'm gender fluid. I'll gender. What is that? These people want in their companies when they say I'm not male or female. I'm gender fluid. What does that mean? You're fucking you ejaculate. What does that mean? I mean, I hate I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is your stream, Mr. Aristocrat. I'm getting pretty worked up. I'm just trying to keep myself at bay.
Well, you don't have to refer to me as Mr. Aristocrat. You can use my real name, Alexander Dumasse. You can call me Mr. Dumasse if you like.
Dumasse. What is that?
Dumasse.
Italian name?
It's French. No, it's French.
Oh, that's okay. It's okay to have a racial handicap, but you
Is that right, Jesse?
But you sound all American. I have seen some snippets of I've seen some of your stuff. One of my interns showed me some of your videos. I watched a little bit of it, and the gist of it is it's astounding. These are games. These are the stuff that my son plays, that my baby niece plays, that my wife's step daughter plays. It's insane what happened to the good old times where we have fun. And that's what I do. I play like I say, I play the Candle Crush. I play the Angry Birds. All on unlocked phones, of course. I don't subscribe to a particular service. One of those smartphones. It's not a smartphone. It's like 99 or like $60 a month for every 3 months. Not a burger, but you know what I mean.
Well, no, actually, I have no idea what you mean, but I thank you for forgiving me for my racial handicap of being French. It's very nice of you, Jesse. Well, Alex, goddamn, sorry.
Well, you certainly you don't sound well. It's a man's actions that step him apart. They would say they'd say you're a French dandy foo-foo. But the thing is, if you do something so heroic, if you speak up and you step up and you lead the march against evil and globalism and censorship, like your race is just expunged. You are a man for all time, a man for all seasons, the way I see it.
Oh well, thank you. Yeah, that's wild. By the way, Alex, what is your opinion on David Icke and his reptilian conspiracy theory? What do you think of that?
Well, the thing with David Icke, now this was a guy who was like sort of an icon of sorts, and then one day out of the blue he says there's the reptilian elite. Are there people that there are lizards living among us? That is just, I think that's a bunch of poppycock. I think it's just kind of a distraction. It might be a way for him to stay relevant or to stay in the public eye and make money. I think it's kind of a distraction. You know, it's not a problem to really consider, but when you think there's more pressing issues at hand to stay focused, I think if you start thinking, I've never seen no 6 foot tall walking on 2 legs lizard walking around my neck of the woods. It's ridiculous. I mean, the man, I'm sure he's a nice person, but I think he's a crackpot. He's a real fucking crackpot, if you ask me.
Well, shit, Jesse. God damn. I'm sorry. You know what? I think it's government mind control that makes me keep calling you Jesse instead of Alex. Maybe I need to buy a pure water filter that's offered by your company to
I
fix
think
that.
you just might be invest if you've got $200-300 to spare. Definitely,
It's only $300, huh?
it's a fine investment. Trust me, the price is a bit steep, but it works. It's very long lasting. It will last about 10 to 15 years. All you have to do is buy the sponges to replace from time to time, because, you know, with water filters, everything gets dirty when you use it over the course of time. But yeah, just get the sponges, get a whole lot. You can get a whole pack. Now, the sponges are inexpensive in themselves, but you might as well get a 2-pack, because if you buy several separately, get packs. Buy them in bulk. And I would encourage you and your viewers to do the same.
Oh, well, shit. Now, does that protect against the fluoridation? Because I hear that's a big problem. I mean, I've heard about that in a few movies that slip through Hollywood, that fluoridation is really what drives me crazy. Is that what your filters protect againut, or what exactly?
It does, because I'll tell you, it's just like these GMOs, genetically modified crops, and it's like they put them, just these chemicals that protect us, but no, they spray them with pesticides, and there's always that 1 in a million shot, or 1 in a million, 1 in 100 person that gets ill from all these like food product. It's food products, not food anymore. Why can't it just be food? I thought we were just having food. I just want to eat food. I want to eat regular cheese. I don't want to eat cheese in little, like, plastic packages. Ew, get out of here with that fucking shit. I just want to eat my food, and that's the same with the water. There's chemicals. They claim they're healthy for us, because there's no original food anymore. I mean, bananas aren't even real bananas. They're just fucking seeds that they held the bananas went extinct in 1886, and they save the seeds. Then they preserve the seeds, and they keep them in, like, incubation booths, like they do Lenin's body in his tomb in Russia, airtight things, and they breed more, and they clone them. But the thing is, when you clone stuff over time, shit breaks down. So for all we know, we're pumping our body with, like, just clone bananas, and all these the stuff breaks down, broke down clone bananas. Why do you think they turn brown so quickly? Why do they start out green and then turn yellow? These are questions I want answered.
Well, I understand. Now, Alex, I'd love to talk to you for more amount of time, but it seems the chat is interested in asking Jesse some questions. Is Jesse there? I don't know if
sure.
you guys
let me find him. Jesse, you're here. Thank you, sir. Hello there, James. How are you, sir?
Well, you can use my real name, Jesse. It's Alexander Dumasse.
Mr. Dumasse, huh? What? I believe that's French, I believe.
That's right. Now, I hear you were a governor of Minnesota. I was curious what you think of this whole Gamergate thing, Mr. Governor.
Well, I think it's very inspiring to see people fight back against censorship. I mean, this happens all the time, but to think it could spread to something as tiny and something as fun as video games. Now, look, I'm used to be a governor and a Navy SEAL, and I never really sat down to play video games. I maybe played in the arcades. I mean, in my day, I went out, we played stickball and baseball and all that good gobbledygook. And but I I support anyone who stands up to censorship, because these people, they're just these softies, these oversensitives. They're trying to silence our dissent. Like they're just what this all inclusive. We are all inclusive. They talk a big game, but they don't really know jack. Have they gone to fought for their country? Has any of these people in the gamer or the people against Gamergate, Mr. Aristocrat or Dumas, can you
Dumasse?
confirm for me? Have any of these people gone to fight for their country overseas?
No, that's the interesting point, Jesse. I don't think any social justice warriors have fought for anyone.
And they expect people to believe them because, they are warriors. Well, real warriors, they pick up a gun and go to another country and fight for your right to say freedom. Soldiers right now are dying. Reporters all over the world are being beheaded by ISIS. Not to protect your rights necessarily, but they're casualties of war. This shouldn't happen. And the fact that people are making light of people being beheaded and soldiers dying, saying that people trying to fight for free speech and for their rights, like this one character, I don't know his name. He's a fat little neckbeard named I don't know, Devin something, Devin Fairche, whatever.
Oh, Fahrenheit? Yeah, Devin Fahrenheit. I think
Devin
it's the first
Fahrenheit.
Yeah, that's what you're referring to.
Devin Fahrenheit, yes, thank you. He compares people who play video games to ISIS. I don't know about that. I saw him get his ass knocked out in the ring like he was having a grand mal seizure. I would like to see how he does against a waterboard. When I was with the Frogs, the underwater demolition team, we were subjected to interrogation techniques and torture just to see what it was like. Get me 10 minutes with Devin Faraci. I'll waterboard him and show him that Gamergate is truly right.
Are you challenging him to one-on-one combat? Does Jesse Ventura want to fight Devin Faraci in one-on-one combat?
Well, the thing is, I'm an honorable man, and well, look, I have an aluminum hip replacement. My fighting days are well behind me, but I would just know, let's just say, like my SEAL commander Terry Moy would say, when you're up against a tank, don't take any chances. And I think Devin Faraci would do well to heed that advice if he would to face.
Now, wait a minute, Governor. Are you referring to? Are you saying that Devin Faraci's like a tank because he's so fat? Or
he's
are you
a
saying...
slack-jawed faggot. That's what I think.
Oh, wow.
He's all talk and no walk. He's like, what does he say? What does he even run? Badass Digest. What is that supposed to be? What is that? Is that a thing? I read Reader's Digest down in my shack in Mexico. I light a few candles because I like to stay current. But what is Badass Digest? It sounds like a gay biker fag bar magazine.
Well, I actually think it's actually a magazine about men with hemorrhoids. That's why it's called Badass, as in you have a badass digest. It gives you advice on how to deal with the hemorrhoid problem and the pain you're dealing with.
Well, that would
Governor.
explain his unpatriotic demeanor. Little tubby boy should lay off the sun chips, if you know what I mean.
Is that right? Jesus, Governor, you're making me uncomfortable. As a Frenchman, I'm not used to conflict. Usually, we put up white flags.
Oh, you're all right. A man's. I heard what Alex was saying. A man's actions determine who he is. Nationality be damned. If you save the planet from interstellar SJW terrorists, does it matter that you're French? No, it matters that you're a man.
Well, no, Governor, when you say interstellar, are you agreeing with David Icke that these social justice warriors might just be reptilians?
I don't agree with anything David Icke says. He's a weirdo. I gave him a chance to come clean, to enlighten me on all this. He ran away like a coward. I set up everything. You saw that episode where I sat down with him. I wanted to know what he was thinking, and he was just dodged my questions, and he was being very impolite. So I walked.
No.
I walked after he walked. He got up and walked away. He wasn't like, when push comes to shove, he really can't take the heat, can he?
Well, no, I don't think he can take the heat. I mean, he is a big man. And knowing that a big man, when he's exposed to heat, will sweat a lot. I don't think he likes being uncomfortable.
He's a twig. He's a tiny little, wrinkly little manlet twig. That's what he is.
Oh, you'd consider Devin Fahrenheit to be a manlet, is how you'd put that.
Well, maybe a short. I don't know. I'm looking at him in the ring again. He seems pretty. He seems pretty tubby, if you ask me. Maybe not a. Is there such a thing as a fat manlet?
Would you describe him as a pygmy?
Definitely a pygmy. A little. Yes. That I would just. I
A
would.
little hemorrhoid-infested pygmy?
Oh, absolutely. That's all he writes about, hemorrhoids and movies, or does he? I don't.
I
I
don't think he's ever seen a movie. I
that's
think he reviews anime, is what his call to fame is. He reviews
enemy.
anime or enemas, either one of the two.
Oh, well, that would make sense. Hmm. And enemy. What is enemas? I'm sorry, enemas.
Yeah, enemas, Governor. Enemas. That's what he reviews. It relates to the hemorrhoids he deals with on a daily basis. He is the badass in chief. You need to remember.
Badass. I sometimes I just don't understand some of your generation. Just all these titles, and it seems everyone's growing up so fast that there was a huge generation gap, and now there's kids everywhere, and they're growing up pretty quickly. It's hard to tell who's who anymore. But I'm glad to have served my country and to fight for freedom, and I'll live out my last days knowing that there are still people leading the good fight against ignorance and fighting for freedom overseas and fighting for free rights and everything free.
Well, no, I know, Governor, I'd love to talk to you some more, but I know that you and Alex are having a sleepover right now because you're best buddies. Could you put Alex back on? Because I'd love to hear what he thinks of the manlet hemorrhoid-infested Devin Fahrenheit.
Okay, I'll go get him. He wanted to call his wife, but I threw his phone out on the beach and
Did you? You just
I
hucked it out?
did. They could track that. When you come down to my shack, yeah, we were making s'mores earlier, and I took his phone. His wife was calling, and oh God, that woman. You don't. But I'll
Now,
go.
how do you eat s'mores with Alex Jones? Doesn't he just eat them all? He's kind of a heavy-set individual. He seems like he'd hog all those s'mores from you, Jesse.
Well, he says he's been dieting. He says he's lost several pounds. He's on a very restrictive weight plan, and also he smokes too. So he's a lifelong smoker. So that might contribute to his weight loss. But I will go fetch him for you. It's an honor. It's an honor talking to you, Aristocrat. Stay vigilant and thank you for your service, sir. You are fight the good fight.
Thank you, Jesse.
I'll be back with Alex momentarily. Here, it's for you, fatty.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Hello.
Oh, Alex, yeah, I was just curious. The governor and I, the governor of Minnesota, we're talking about the manlet, the head badass in chief, as he calls himself, Devin Fahrenheit at Digest. Apparently, he writes about hemorrhoids, and I was curious what your thoughts on him were. Do you consider him a manlet, or do you consider him a fatty? How would you describe that, Alex?
He just looks like he just reminds me of a teenager that doesn't want to grow up. He's got the whole beard thing going, and he looks like a constant, perpetual 17-year-old. Because I know everyone's been young. You're chasing tail. You want like you're invincible. You feel like you're taking on the world, and you can't quite leave that now, can you? You just,
No, you can. Yeah. I mean, I completely agree. Now, when you say he looks like a teenager, do you mean how he fought in the ring? He got his ass kicked like a 13-year-old would, or how are you referring to him as a teenager?
Well, just as a person who's all talk and no walk. You see, I walk my talk. The great Governor Jesse, he walks his talk. I know that all too well. And basically, I saw him. I don't know who he was boxing. He was boxing a filmmaker no one ever heard of. It wasn't. I don't know. I'm just. I like a movie as much as the next person, but I can't be bothered to remember all the names of all these people. But apparently, he got knocked out by someone he didn't know in the first round. It's ridiculous. I mean, you put up or shut up. And if you can't, you dish it, but you can't take it. So what does that say about him? He can't do shit. So I bet, sir, Internet Aristocrat, if you challenged him to a boxing match, you would probably you'd have him dead to rights. You would probably beat his ass into submission in the first round because he was just like guarding himself and he didn't know what the fuck to do.
Well, yeah. I mean, I probably would beat him around like somebody who owed me money. Now, people in the chat are curious. what are your opinions on somebody called Movie Bob, Bob Chipman? Now, I believe he is a member of the Communist Party. I'm not 100% sure.
Look, okay, like my son, I will say this, my son. I don't want to give too much away, or I don't want to plug, Alex Jr. too much. But the thing is, he does keep up. He's very immersed in the world of the internet. He loves all this, like, internet stuff. He loves watching, the video games and the movies online, and he sees these people, and he gave me the cliff notes about movie boob. Movie Bob, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, Movie Boob. Yeah, you got it right.
Movie Boob. And this guy, Bob Chipperson or something.
Yeah, I believe it's Bob Chipperson. He's related to Chip Chipperson. Yep.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I know, it's sad. Yeah.
Don't remind me. Oh, if he is. But the thing is, Bob Chipman, he's one of these typical Boston liberals, brainwashed that wants to fit in with the crowd. That's all he really does. He wants to fit in with the crowd, and he's just again a guy who's all talk, no walk. Like, I don't know how he gets around. I mean, my son went to a convention where he was there, and he was like sort of trotting around like the fat guy from the Monty Python movie who ate too much and his stomach exploded.
Like a Clydesdale. He's a big fat horse, is what you're saying. He's trotting around like a fatty.
He is. He is, absolutely, yeah. And he comes out and he says this stuff, but again, he's all talk, no walk. He's like one of these cowards, a fucking coward who likes to stay in his corner and just say, I don't want to debate anybody. Don't feel my feelings. Oh, the editor-in-chief has to say, I'm angry. Oh, my feelings. Fuck your feelings. You're an American. Act like it, you fucking fat little mustachioed baby.
Now, those are fighting words, Alex. Now, are you sure you can handle the heat that Mr. Fahrenheit, or I'm sorry, that Mr. Chip Chipperson can bring to you?
Oh, I don't know. Look, my best. I'm healthy as a fucking cow, as an ox, as a steer. But the thing is, my years are behind me. The thing is, I'm a lifelong smoker. I've been trying to quit, but it's like an on again, off again relationship. It's like a fucking mistress you can't get rid of. So like a crazy whore. But no, I don't know. I could probably sack him if I wanted, but you'd be just seeing it'd be like a mighty golem, me being a mighty golem, just like slapping around like a fat little baby retard calf.
Fat little baby retard calf. Do you think Movie Boob, as you called him, do you think he'd benefit from one of your amazing water filters? Would he lose some of the 490 or 580 pounds that he has on his frame? If he were to use your filter?
Jim, down in water ain't gonna do anything for him if Movie Boob doesn't lay off the fucking hot pockets. I swear to God, that dude's a goddamn Zeppelin. I mean,
Zeppelin, huh? Would you call him? Jesus, Alex, I don't know if his feelings can handle this barrage of harassment that you're dealing out to him. He is a respectable individual. Are you saying you want to fight him in one-on-one combat?
No, like I said, I don't fight anybody. I fight with my words, and I fight with my intelligence. Movie Bob fights with his feelings, and he's a coward for it. He makes half-ass opinions, and, like I said, he fights with his feelings, doesn't fight with his fists. He's not an honorable person. He's a soft-hearted, weak-hearted, left-leaning liberal. He's from Boston, one of these Boston liberals. And I'm sorry, but I've seen some of the posts this man has said. And even Alex Jr. got into it with him several times on Twitter and in comment sections elsewhere. And just the stuff I'm reading, this is definition of what is killing our country intellectually. It's these soft. As far as I know, the man has no really university credentials to speak of. As far as I heard, he's worked retail. He worked at Circuit City.
Well, no. See, Alex, let me stop you there. I don't want to misrepresent Movie Boob. He does have a degree, a bachelor's degree in medieval knitting and its effect on sexism in France. So I think he's an educated individual, and we need to pay him the respect that sort of bachelor's degree in liberal arts would lend him. Now, he's stated that he is a conservative. He's not liberal. What kind of now, I don't personally view Movie Boob as a conservative. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think it's a false flag? Do you think government might be involved in this?
I don't know, maybe he's lonely. I've heard he goes to this cons and people who approach, he's very approachable. You know, it's like, of course, like if you go to a convention and you just wanted to say hi to him, I'm sure, like, you know, you're not going to be like, you know, I guess troll in real life or troll ops or as they call him. It's like, I don't care if he's nice in real life. Like, I've also heard that he looks like he's kind of lonely and he just wanders looking for companionship. I mean, Jesus Christ. But no, he sounds very left leaning. I can't think of a single right leaning conservative today that would have the views that he has. He's too fucking soft. He's soft at his core. He's too fucking weak. That's all he is.
Now, Alex, the chat is yelling at me saying I'm being rude to other guests that want to come on, like Retro VGN and Loping. Now, I will bring them on. But do you think the chat might be under the effects of Digra and other DARPA-controlled mind experiments?
I'm glad you brought up Digra because Syrian Girl did bring that on our show today.
Oh, she did.
She did. Yeah, we didn't have a big segment on it, and indeed, like, I would love to if you're available anytime in the near future, you talk to my producer, we can get it done. I would like to maybe have you as a guest on my show. And,
would you, Jeff? Would you, Alex? Yeah.
I absolutely would because I'm still getting up to speed about it. I'm reading all of these, like all these links are being sent in, and it's just, and I've been told that like even the cliff notes and the abridged versions are just, it's hard to get like making a long story short. It's more like a long short story. But like one of these days, definitely. But getting back to DARPA and Digra, it's just amazing, and that's where they're striking this. It's in apparently in the academic world, and it's gotten into government-funded agencies, official government agencies funding these other agencies. Digra, that they're trying to put out some sort of agenda. It's insane. The fact that this is connected, albeit remotely or loosely, at a government level. Like, that just, doesn't that freak you out, son? People in the chat, doesn't that frighten you? Doesn't that frighten you?
It scares the living shit out of me, Jesse. I don't know how I can go to sleep at night thinking that DARPA might be conspiring with people like Movie Boob and other people to make me not buy your amazing water filters or invest in gold. Now, I've talked to Glenn Beck. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
I know. Yeah, I've had a few run-ins with him, believe it or not.
Well, now he recommended that I put all my money in gold and then bury it in the backyard. He said that's the safest way to secure my investments. Would you agree with that, or would you disagree with that?
I would disagree. Why would you plant it in your backyard? That makes no fucking sense. Like, anyone could come and get it. You could die at any minute. The property could be sold, and no one would know that you put the gold there. Like, just don't put it in a safe deposit. It's just, there are other, don't put it in the banks. Don't hide it elsewhere. Don't entrust it to someone. But there are other ways. There are outside ways. There are these huge corporations offshore corporations that deal with this, and yeah, you basically you give them a code, they give you a code, and when you want to go retrieve it, you just give them the codes back, and then you get your shit. So I would suggest doing that way. It may be it's a very questionable way. It's not encouraged, but it's very frowned upon. But people do it all the time, really. I mean, the age of innocence is over. It died out many decades ago. So who are we fucking fooling? As long as you're good at your core and you're not a terrible person, go nuts.
Now, Alex, while I got you on, a couple of people have mentioned, I don't know if you're familiar with him, he used to be on That Guy with the Glasses, but his name is Spoonie, the Spoonie one. Now, he's made a lot of comments in regards to Gamergate, saying that he thinks it's terrible, and he doesn't believe in it. Now, what I know about Spoonie is he's insane. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, honestly, I would say, again, that name does sound familiar. Again, Alex Jr. He's always watching those vids and always telling me, "Oh, come look at this." He's like, "Come look at this guy." So I think I have seen some of his work. I don't know. That boy needs to cut his damn hair. I mean, he's not in the army. He's a pasty pale bastard. He's got like pizza zit face all over. That dude, yeah, he needs a crew cut and basically. I don't know. Again, I don't know too much of his opinion, but if he's just doing it just for the sake of being a dick, or I'm an anti tryhard. Look at me. Oh, I have influence over my fans. It's like sure you do. Sure you fucking do. Pooney? What's his name? Was his name Pooney?
Yeah, his name is Pony 2. Is
Po-
his name?
Pooney 2? Pony 2? I'm sorry, guys.
Well, yeah. I think it's named after. I don't know if you've ever watched My Little Pony, but I believe that Pony 2 is a big fan of My Little Pony, and that's where he got his username.
My Pretty Pony? Oh,
yeah, well, you could call him My Pretty Pony too. I think he responds to that name. If you were to tweet him right now, if you were to tweet the Spoony one right now on Twitter, he would respond to My Pretty Pony. Is what he likes to be called.
That's a good idea. I think I'm telling my people to do it, and people in the chat, I'll encourage you to do it too. Tweet my little Pooney 2. You like my MLP? Go ahead, and also be sure to tweet him. Get some new views. If we can get some of his fans over to prisonplanet.com, infowars.net, that'd be great.
Well, now a lot of people in chat are saying that he, the Pooney 2, big MLP fan, is really into wrestling, and they're wondering if that might be the effects of his gay lust. Does he like watching men wrestle with each other because he is just attracted to that? Or does he like watching men wrestle with each other because he's retarded? What would your opinion on that be?
Well, what you have to realize, people just watch sports for sports, or as Vince would call it, sports entertainment. I don't know. I don't keep up to date with the new wrestlers. I'm an old school guy. I love King Kong Bundy and Hulk Hogan, and of course the great Governor Jesse Ventura thing.
Well, everybody loves Jesse. Yeah,
he is a great man. He is like the brother-father I never had, even though I do have brothers and fathers. But that's beside the point. But I'm a fan of the old school. I did see some of the new stuff with The Rock and the Stone Cold's Steve Austin stuff, and yeah, from last what I saw. But today I can't be bothered to keep up. There's so much going on in the world. I'm always focusing on my work, and these days, from what I heard, wrestling is a joke. They've gotten like skimpier tights, and if you watch it, you might as well be a gay man. Because what else are you watching for? You're not watching it for the acting or the acrobatics. They botch so many fucking moves today. I mean,
well, really. Here's the crazy thing, Alex. I heard that the Pony 2, I think that's his name, his brother shot a man. Now, have you heard anything about that?
Actually, I have. I did hear about this. Apparently, what happened was there was a person, no pun intended, but there was apparently the person who was shot, he struggled to get to the United States and to get his family there to start a new life. They came from south of the border to escape the cartels, and he had to hustle to get by, and he was in with a few gangs, but he was finally gonna, and again, no pun intended, he was gonna break bad. And the night it was confirmed that he was going straight. He was like, he was hanging it all up. But unfortunately, that was the same time that a raid was going on, and he managed to get out. And Officer Miles Antwaller was there, and he shot the man unprovoked 6 times, 6 or 7 times, 9 times. It was like something like 9 times, between 6 and 9 times. And this is and there's audio of it that they didn't use for some reason. So apparently, yeah, Miles Antwaller, Pony one's brother, Pony 2's brother. I'm sorry, he shot an innocent man who was going to do bad by his family, and now he can't get the money. Now he was on his way to.
He shot him 19 times. Is that what you said?
9 times. 9 times.
9 times. I'm sorry, 9 times.
9 times. 9 times he shot that man.
Well, you know whose advice we need on this. I'm sorry, Alex, but maybe Jesse, as a governor of Minnesota, can give us advice on the legal considerations to shooting a man 9 times. Do you think you could? I know it's a hassle, but do you think you could ask Jesse to pop back on?
Sure. Okay. 1 moment.
Mm-hmm.
You rang?
Oh yes, I did, Governor. We were just talking about the Pony 2s, and his brother apparently shot a man 9 times. Can you give us some insight into the law regarding that?
Well, as far as I know, asking around, and a documentarian who I've been to a few film festivals, and I saw a rough cut of that involved people trying to get out of crime. They're trying to get it to air on HBO or air it independently or distribute it through the internet. But basically, it was people who have to turn to crime in Arizona, illegals who don't have green cards and are trying to help out their families. And so it was the case of this family. They were going to interview him the next day, but he got shot down by Officer Antwaller, and
That's what happened.
And of course, this family, this man had a wife and 4 kids. He was able to get him and 2 of his sons over the border, and then the wife came later on with their daughter and other son. And now there's nothing. There's no money coming to her. There was going to be money coming to them from out of this. They were going to move out of state, and it turns out just goes to show what one man's breaking the law is another man's looking to come clean. Apparently, it's like the criminals are not all bad. You know, they say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, and I think that was especially true of this man. So, Pooney One's brother did murder an innocent man
Did he really?
at the wrong place at the wrong time. That the man was. It's truly a tragedy. You know, they tell you to think on your feet, but the man was unarmed. Yeah, it's been proven. It's been proven. It's on record.
So so the man that was shot was just a mime, from what I understand, just performing on the street, trying to earn money for his family that wanted to come across the border, and Officer Pony shot him in cold blood for no reason. Is that what you're saying, Governor?
Well, more or less, yes. Details are a bit sketchy, but the man did have he loved magic tricks and street performances as a kid. It's what inspired him, and he wanted to pursue that life. And unfortunately, Miles Entwalker cut down his life, and now the wife is left with 4 kids, could barely make ends meet. It's been a while since I talked to the documentarian, but they might be on the street for all we know. So for all we know, Miles Antwiler indirectly forced those children into child prostitution.
Well, you know, Governor, the chat's yelling at me now, which makes me very upset because I've drank a lot of vodka at this point. I'll be honest with you. They want to talk to Chip Chipperson. I don't know. Do you know who he is? Do you think you can bring Chipper on?
I'm aware of who he is.
Do you think you could? You think you could text him maybe and get him to pop by chat for a little bit?
All right, give me a moment. I'm going on hold, and I will see if I could fetch him.
Okay, that sounds great, Governor. While you're going on hold, I'll take 1 minute here to answer a few questions from chat. People are saying I'm too drunk. That would be correct. I'm extremely fucking drunk, which is why I'm struggling to bring in other guests right now. There are a couple of people that want to come on, and I cannot, for the life of me, get it to work right. That would be the result of paint thinner, aka Kharkov vodka, which is a fantastic brand. That's my pitch for Kharkov vodka. It's great stuff. It's good stuff. People want Nicolas Cage. I don't know if Nicolas Cage can join us. I haven't ever actually asked if Nicolas Cage can join us. Again, if you're just joining, this is the live stream of Alexandre Dumas, a famous French aristocrat. His picture is located in the description underneath the video, if you're curious what the aristocrat Alexandre Dumas looks like. We're waiting for Chip Chipperson to join us, and he'll be...
What's that?
Oh, my God, Chipper! Chipper!
What's going on? Oh, my God, am I in the call chat? The stream room?
Yes, you are, Chip.
Holy shit! Oh, fucking, I made the big times, double guns.
The double guns, indeed, Chipper. The chat is dying to hear your input on.
Well, then they're not living.
Chip, that's great.
I know.
Oh, you were a comedy genius, Chip.
I know. I got some comedy bullets in the chamber. I got some tickets for you, but I won't bring them out just yet. I bought my funny Magnum.
Oh, Chip, are those blanks? Are the bullets in the chamber? Are those blanks, Chip?
No, they're airsoft.
You're firing Nerf bullets at the audience, are you?
I know, they're so cozy. It's like, oh, you shot me. It's like, oh, but it's this nice foam, and it's like we're playing like we're kids.
Oh my God!
I shot a BB gun at Robin. I thought I was like, oh.
Oh, Chip.
Oh.
Chip, it is a pleasure to have you on. People wanted to ask you some questions, so I'm gonna let the stream ask some questions.
People want to ask me? Okay, I'm looking at the chat room. Who the fuck is Chip Chip? Who the fuck are you? You're some dumb faggot earthbound.
Urbonscape Proctor.
Yeah, cocksucker. I'm fucking made it big time.
Oh, yeah. Chip is a big celebrity. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He was on O&A, which is a very famous radio show. You should show some respect to Chip Chipperson.
It's O&J now. You didn't have to
O&J. It's Orange Juice. Is that the name of the show now?
That's a good one, I guess. That's a good joke.
Yeah, I'm glad you're appraising my humor as good, Chip. That
That's
makes
oh
me
god. Oh, I got you. That was my acting. That's my acting. Did you like that? I pretend being sad and you outdid me.
Well, you are a fantastic actor, Chip.
I know.
It's always a pleasure to have you on.
Ask about Lamar. Lamar. Oh yeah, Lamar. He was like one of the dudes. He was friends with my uncle Lamar. Every time he come over, my mom told me to go outside. We had a tiny basketball court, but I just like stand in the yard and look at stuff. And then they're just like pounding. There's like the power tools. They're so loud in the room. I don't know. Like it's so loud in my mom's room. Why do you do that? And I'm like, I didn't know what to do. I couldn't go anywhere.
Well, I think they're doing adult things in there. Now, people were asking about, not Uncle Lamar, but they were curious about Uncle Paul. Is Uncle Paul near you, Chip, right now? Can he say anything?
Oh yeah, I go to help folks something so the do the stuff with I want to fetch for you. It's like,
Yeah. You want to get Uncle Paul? We'd love to talk to Uncle Paul.
Okay, hi, who this? Who's there? Hi.
Hi, Uncle Paul. We were just
Hi,
talking about
yeah.
we're talking about
it's Jim. Oh, how are you?
yeah. Well,
Oh
hi,
my
Uncle.
God. I remember we used to hang out. I watched after you as a kid. You were one of the many that got away.
Oh, well, shit. Uncle Paul, they were asking in the chat. I don't know if you're familiar with that. They were asking about a children's charity. Now, do you donate to a children's charity, Uncle Paul?
I donate to a lot of children's charities. A lot you may never have heard of. They're not really official. They're kind of unofficial because the real ones, they're just commercial. They take 10% really goes to the actual children at the hospitals, but my donation charities that I work for, they go like 100% to children awareness.
Oh, what kind of awareness are you bringing to children? If you don't mind me
Just save the children, watch the children, how to help the thing with the other, it's the children that matter. We don't need to go and how the structure works for the company. We really don't. No, really. But it's the children at the end of the day, and that's what we do. We help out the children.
Well, now here's the crazy thing. Chad is yelling at me right now, Uncle Paul, to bring in.
What for? Happy time?
Well, no, they're asking me to bring in Retro VGN. Now, are you familiar with who that is?
No. What is that? It sounds like some sort of weird gay New York nightclub for
What do you think,
for bug chases or something. They did that a lot. That's why a lot of the queers in the 80s died. But, it's just me. I never was a lot of just a lot of old. Well, they didn't grow up to be old. With the.
Oh my God, Uncle Paul, this is some terrible shit you're saying right now. I think the chat's offended. Now, are you a member of NAMBLA? Because people are curious.
NAMBLA is an innocent corporation. I don't get why they get all the flack. Jack Kerouac was a member of NAMBLA, a celebrity spokesperson for NAMBLA. If you watch that, don't watch this documentary called Chicken Heart: The Men Who Love Boys. It's a smear piece. They chased my friend Leland out of the country. Oh my! We used to have great times together. He hooked me up with a lot of events.
Oh wow! Now, what was the name of that video? Nobody should watch on YouTube. That's up right now if they were to go to check it out.
Oh, Chicken Heart, The Men Who Like Boys is made by Film Threat there. Oh, I just said, I shouldn't have said, I'm sorry, I'm giving publicity to an awful smear-paste documentary. It's terrible. A lot of innocent people in that documentary got their lives ruined, and they probably died or were killed.
Oh my God! Well, Uncle Paul, it has been a pleasure talking with you. I would love to talk.
You were always a nice little. But of course, there was that one time that you don't remember, and I'm kind of sad you don't remember.
Well, it was probably a result of all those roofies. I know you used to babysit me, but
I know. Well, the thing is, one time you were such a clumsy kid, you fell down the stairs and you woke up, and I don't know how it happened, but like a roller skate kept repeatedly hitting you in the tushy hole, and just tapioca all over your back. And you would like you got into my liquor cabinet and decided I'm gonna go skating and eat all the pudding in my fridge.
Oh my God. Oh well, yeah. I mean, waking up after after a weird night
But
sleep
you
with
never, you
tapioca
never.
pudding on me was really disturbing.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty. It smelled kind of bleachy. It was expired tapioca, is why it smelled like a bleachy substance.
Well, yeah, it was like somebody cleaned a pool in the house. I couldn't figure it out. But
Uh,
if you could put Andrew on for a second so he can plug his Twitter channel,
okay. Oh,
and then
well,
yeah, I appreciate that.
I was good talking. I give my best to you and yours, and thank you all you kind little ones in the chat. You probably launched the little kids. We should get together, everyone in the chat. I have my own stream, and you can send me pictures.
Oh, that's disturbing, Uncle Paul.
Why? And you send pictures. It's art. A lot of art that teaches, and I have pictures to draw muses from.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, do you wanna grab Andrew for me?
Okay, all right.
Okay.
I'll be back. Have him back in a minute.
All right.
Boy.
Well, while we wait for Andrew, I'll take a second to Jesus Christ. I'll take a second to answer a few questions here. Jim is incredibly drunk. Yes, I am. I'm very fucking drunk right now. Do you really want to know what you just joined? I'm guessing that's for people who just popped in the stream. They actually didn't just join it. Sadly, Jesse Ventura, Alex Jones, Chip Jefferson, and Uncle Paul are all going to be taking off in a second here, and then I'll be joining them later on to do our prank phone call nights, which we usually do, or are getting back to.
Did you say prank phone calls?
Oh my God, that would be terrible. Andrew, I wanted to give you a chance to, because people liked the intros to the Conspiracy videos and the Gamergates videos. Do you want to plug a YouTube channel or a Twitter account?
Yeah, sure. My channel is Blackface Kermit, and that's my Twitter, Blackface Kermit. I noticed like when me and Jesse and Chip and Alex and Uncle Paul came on that I got apparently a shit ton of. I have 30 new followers on Twitter. That's pretty cool. Yeah, subscribe if you like my videos. Or if you like my videos. That's presumptuous of me. I'm such
Yeah, Andrew, you sounded like walking on water here.
I know. Oh, he's
yeah.
not. He's not. Walking on water, I'd say he's not so bad compared to maybe other personalities you may or may not have had on in the past.
Oh, fighting words, Andrew.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, Blackface Kermit on YouTube, Blackface Kermit on Twitter. I just post a lot of stuff. You'll find even more stuff of like me and Jim and other friends. Like I got a bunch of tabletop vids. You'll see Jim's love for Uno and all things Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that game. Fuck that game hard. All right, well, thank you, Andrew, for joining us. Hopefully people check you out. Again, if you like the Jesse and Alex and all that stuff, it's Blackface Kermit on YouTube and Twitter. And then, Andrew, I'll join you guys in a little bit here to do prank calls.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, Bring a Ding Ding prank calls. Those are coming soon. I'm going to post a trailer, and we're going to post some stuff real soon, people. Thanks for having me, and remember, less positive thinking.
Oh, boom. All right, we'll remember that. All right, Andrew's out of here. The stream's been going on for a while. It's about 3 hours. If you guys got somebody you want to vote in or ask in or whatever the fuck, I don't know. I'm really drunk at this point. Which is good, because if you want to do prank calls, you should be really fucking drunk. It's a good starting point for that. Trying to work out some technical issues. There are a couple of people that want to join in, and I am struggling to get this to work. It is a massive pain in the ass. Google Groups and Google Plus, or whatever the fuck you want to refer to it as, is a giant clusterfuck of things at work. Let's see here. Chat, if you got any questions, ask them now, and I'll answer whatever you got. And then I will try to invite in some people that you wanted in. I know Retro VGN and Low Ping wanted to pop in if they're still on. Post in the chat so I see that you're still on, and I'll try to bring you in. Needs a DM. Yes, well, there's actually a way to invite Retro VGN in. Let me see if I can do this right now. I'll use the invite feature. I'm still getting used to all this. It's a kind of a pain in the ass. Let's see if this even pops us up. Oh, I really hope that's the right person. All right, Retro VGN, I sent you out an invite. See if that pops up. Speech is not slurred. Aristocrat, drink more. I assure you I'm very drunk right now. I'm not the kind of drunk that gets to the point where I slur my words. I could actually be sitting next to you at a bar and seem completely sober and be completely piss-faced at the same time, and you'd never know it. Jim, fuck me tenderly. That's a hell. Wow. Shit. Whew. That's a hell of a request. Chat. It's a hell of a request. Call Zoe Quinn. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Let's see what else we got here. Did Sargon of Akkad want to come in? If he's, I don't even know if he's on right now. I'd pop him in, let him talk for a bit. But I don't even know if he's watching or if he really even cares. So I couldn't tell you. No fuck Angry Joe. Are people asking me to bring Angry Joe in? I don't even know him. He'd never respond to that. Obama is never going to come into this. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. Don't pee on your computer, Jim. I don't plan on peeing on my computer, Corey Adams. That's not going to happen either. Can you tell me more about John Tron? John Tron. I could not. I understand that he made some statements that pissed off some social justice warriors. I don't believe that he has made any statements since then. But I agree with his stance that you should not apologize to them. It's always a bad idea. And it's good to stand your ground. Jim, fuck me rough. Again, that's probably not going to happen. I'm sorry. Call Milo. I would love to have Milo in the stream. I really would. But he's on Britbong time, and I don't think he's actually up right now. I'm not sure what Milo is up to. I'd love to pull him in. There are a couple other people that I'd like to pull in, but again, this Google Plus thing is a major pain in the ass, and I am legitimately trying to figure out how to get this fucking clusterfuck to work. It is not working. Kamiya, no, he's not going to come in. He'll just tell me to fuck off, which is the part of the charm of why people like him in the first place. Sing, that's not going to happen. I can't sing for shit. Call the Westboro Baptist Church. I will write that down as a suggestion for what we should do tonight. One of the things we like to do, if you're talking about prank calls, is we like to call different companies that produce, I don't know, certain products and leave them very funny messages for when they come in the next morning. Bad Dragon, in particular, is one that we've called quite a bit in the past. I don't know if their office is aware that it's one group doing it, but God, do we fucking laugh at the thought of them listening to those messages in the morning. Let's see, what do we got here? Call your mom. That is not going to be possible, Mark Donnelly. My parents are dead. Thank you for triggering me. Now I've got PTSD. I can't handle it. This chat has triggered me to the point where I cannot handle what you are suggesting. People keep saying bring in Thunderfoot. Like I said, I'd love to bring in Thunderfoot. I don't know if he's on tonight. Let me check. And I don't believe we've ever spoken before. And I'm going to say, honestly, it would probably be rude of me to bring in somebody to a chat that I've never talked to before, and I'm drunk at that time. All right. Oh, let me see. I might have a guest here. We try to get a link for him. All right. Let's try this one more time. And see if somebody pops in. If not, like I said, God damn, I'm trying to figure out how to get this to work. Am I Batman? Yes, I'm Batman. That's why my butler keeps constantly hammering on me to go into the cave in the backyard. Dead parents trigger me. I'm sorry. I did not mean to trigger you. Apparently, Luke Z likes me better drunk than he does sober. I think you might be the only one, Luke, on that account. Bring in Total Biscuit. These are people I don't know. I don't know like I've watched videos of Total Biscuit. I've watched videos of Thunderfoot. I followed them on different social media accounts and listened to what they have to say. I like both of them, but I don't know them, so it's really unrealistic for me to even try to bring somebody like that in. And that's not even to say that they wouldn't be willing to come in. It's just to say that we don't know each other, so why would they? That seems reasonable to me. When will you get back to the Tumblr videos? God, I hope soon. This Gamergate stuff has diverted my attention, but I paid attention to it because I find it interesting and I find it important. I don't want these sorts of people to shit up a hobby I like. I understand that people are indifferent to it, maybe. Some of my subs may not understand it, but at the end of the day, I like video games. I just want them to be a form of entertainment. I just want to enjoy them. I don't want them to get shit up. And that's why I've stuck to it. But back to your question of when the Tumblrs and videos will come out, I'm planning on doing one about Otherkin, and then one about rape culture, and then a couple of others. I've got about 4 or 5, so it's just when I have some free time. Bring in JD3 Fox. She is a cutie. I'd love to bring her in, but I don't even know if she's in or if she's online right now, so I couldn't even tell you. Let's see. What else does chat have to say? You're drunk, Jim. Nothing you say is reasonable. That is probably a very accurate statement. I'll probably be embarrassed listening to this in the morning. More than likely, I'll be cringing at my behavior, but whatever. Brad Wardell. Fuck, god damn this Kargoff shit. Like I said, guys, I'd love to bring people in, but who the fuck is going to jump into a live stream with somebody they've never talked to who happens to be drunk at the same time? Will you do a video about Common Core? Yeah, I think Common Core is a fucking joke. So I've already talked about it. Let's see what else we got here. I'm trying to answer you, chat, as best I can. Somebody said something about the picture. I don't know. I don't know what your assessment as a group is of my picture. That is me in the description. Again, somebody posted that on 8chan, but nobody really paid attention. I threw it in a video, an older video. Somebody was asking about older videos. Go check out one I did was Canadian Insanity. Used to do that back on an old forum I was a member of. That lady was crazy. And from what I understand, her kid is now in protective custody. I think he's actually moving in with his father. I don't know if that's 100% true. It was linked to a Facebook post, so it could be complete bullshit, but oh man, she was nutty. How long is your dick? Well, it's good to know that the chat has a one-track mind. Asking such incredibly inappropriate fucking questions. There was somebody asking to pop into the stream, but like I said, I'm incompetent and a little drunk, and so those are two terrible things to do, and I don't know what the fuck to do. I'll figure it out, probably in the morning, and feel like an idiot for missing it. All right, do you read CNN articles? No, I don't. I do not read CNN. Don't be shy, Jim. How long? Jesus Christ. God damn. Have you ever gotten a cold and then you got over it and then you got another cold and you got over it and you got another one? It's like the perpetual illness. It just will not fuck off. Somebody said debate Mr. Repsion. I don't think I've ever talked to him before, and I don't even know if he'd want to debate. I don't know what he'd want to debate about. Somebody said call Repsion. Again, Like, I don't mind inviting people in the stream, but why would they listen to me? I don't know any of these people. Well, I should say I don't know any of them personally, so why would they want to pop in? Would be my response to that. Go to Twitter here, see if anything popped up. Nope. Call 1-800-I-CAN-TALK. That sounds like some kind of porno line. That would be a disaster. That would be a horrible fucking disaster. And that just popped by, so I don't even know what the question was. Something about prank calls. No, it's just something I do with friends. We make prank calls and we laugh about them, and it's dumb, stupid shit. Drunk debate. I will drunk debate. Yeah, I'll drunk debate. If you got somebody, pull them in. By the way, I sent an invite to Retro VGN, and I have not. Let me check the window. Close that. Nope. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who that is. So it's showing me that nobody popped in. Sorry. I'm the autism fairy, and this chat room is truly blessed by me. Friendly bacon, that probably is true. Call Ben Garrison. I would love to bring Ben Garrison on. Call Anita. She's never going to come on the stream. Question by Resistance in the chat. Have you ever smoked weed? Yes, I have. Call Thunderfoot again. I have no idea why he would want to jump in the stream with a drunk idiot he's never talked to in person before. Call the suicide hotline. We've actually prank called the suicide hotline before, and God, that was a disaster. How old am I? Take a wild guess. I posted a picture. Take a guess. Caps lock is best lock. Of course, why wouldn't it be? Actually, you know what? I'm going to pop out of the chat for a second and see if anybody's got a question on Twitter. Let me see. I will ask Twitter what they want to ask. All right, there we go. Somebody said, call Concept. I don't think, I don't even know what their number is. I don't even know. We'll look into that, though. All right, I'm going to do the chat, the stream, whatever, for about another half an hour. And then I've got prank calls to do with some friends. So if you got questions, ask them now as my speech becomes impaired. Your thoughts on whitewashing. Are you talking about whitewashing fences? What are we talking about? Are you as beautiful as your picture? I don't know what picture you're referring to. Are you talking about the one in the description? Like I said, I'm just an average fuck. There's nothing spectacular about me. Call the FBI. Not something I'm looking forward to doing. Probably not going to do that. Why does Leia Alexander continue to get work? She made all those racist comments and negative tweets. That is a very good question. That would seem to imply that she is somebody that has connections to the industry. So why would she continue to get work? If people in Gamergate are right, and you have all these different journalists and people in the industry colluding with one another, it would make sense. She's getting work because she knows people, not because of her ability, not because of her merit, or because of her work ethic, but because she has connections to individuals. That would be my guess as to why Leigh Alexander continues to be published on sites like Gamma Sutra and others. Retro VGN is trying to join. Like I said, I sent an invite. I'm not sure what happened. I'll try to send one more here. See if we can get them in. Let's try. Joe. All right. Invite sent. Somebody, a loser asked or stated, I bet you have a great ass. I do have a great ass. That I am willing to admit. I have a very nice butt. Let's see. Google Plus is shit. Jim, can you stream? I'm going to guess you were asking, can I stream on something else? Fucking shit. Here's a reality. I have a decent, semi-decent PC. I don't have a great setup. My mic is crap, as you can probably tell from this entire stream. If I could stream on Twitch, if I could stream on Hitbox, I would. But I use Google Plus because it has the lowest bar as far as technical standards are. I don't know. Fucking shit. Sorry. Required. So if I could stream other stuff, I would. But this is about as best I can do. IA, you look like a young Barry Obama, but I'm not black. I don't know how you're getting. I don't look anything like Obama. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you looking at the same picture I'm looking at? Did I post the wrong picture? I'm fairly certain I look fucking nothing like Obama. DC Comics or Marvel? Oh, that's you're asking me to get shit flung at me either way. Patreon for IA. Not interested in doing. Listen, if I was interested in making money off this stupid shit, I would have had advertisements on videos, months and months ago. What was the first fucking Quinspiracy video? It was like 1 million views. I probably could have made decent money off of that, but I'm not. I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in making money off of it. Listen, I struggle to pay bills and to get by, but I'm fine with that. I don't want to fucking beg from strangers on the internet. That's not something I'm going to do. Not willingly, at least. Let's see. Who's Barry Obama? That's a good question. I don't know. Somebody's saying it might be the wrong picture. Let me double check. Nope, that's the right picture. It should be something that's been put fucking shit. Something that's been put through way too many filters. Again, that was the entire point of it. I was mocking somebody I knew who was paranoid about putting their picture online, and so they'd put it through like 19, 20 different filters, and by the time you looked at it, it looked nothing like them. This is a lazy man's attempt at that, but there you go. But that is me. I willingly admit it. That Immigrant link is me. How gay is Anonymous? Are you talking about the Anonymous that's on Twitter right now, like Chinology, that kind of stuff? Listen, when the Scientology thing started, it was interesting. If you go look at the first Chinology video, where they're like, we're going to fucking wreck your shit, that got people's attention. People were like, hey, that's kind of interesting. As that went on, it became, I'd say, a bit co-opted. I popped in occasionally to look at that stuff, but it lost its edge, I guess. And I don't mean edge as in edgy. I just mean edge as in we're gonna, we're gunning for you. We don't give a shit what other people think. We're just going to target you and take care of you. It got tempered, I would say, too much by moderates and by independents and by people that weren't even connected to it, and it changed what it was. And I think Anonymous, as it kind of branched off of what it originally was on 4chan, turned into something completely different. That's my opinion on that. Do you like Gundam? I watch anime. Legend of the Galactic Heroes was pretty great. I'm pretty sure somebody on A popped by poll and recommended that to a lot of Polacks. It's a good anime. I watch a lot of shit, to be honest. If I were to show you the stuff I'm subscribed to on YouTube, you probably wouldn't believe it, to be honest. Oh, let's see. Oh, we got some questions on Twitter. Let's see what we got. What is this? Did you ever think you would garner such a large audience on the subject of GG? Also, would you sex Anita? That is a loaded question. I eat in there. Was there Twitter handle? I have no interest in Anita or Zoe or any of them. If you've read my Ask FM, you'll obviously see that I'm attracted to Asian women. That's just me. As far as did you ever think you'd garner such a large audience on the subject of GG? I haven't garnered a large audience. Listen, if you go onto YouTube right now, you will find videos of cats falling down the stairs and dogs running around their front yard with 8 million views. You can't really compare that. As far as Gamergate or GG, as you want to call it, the progress that's been made is not based off some asshole that makes YouTube videos. It's not based off some fucking internet personality. It's just fucking regular gamers that like their hobby and they're sick of the shit that's getting injected into it. That would be my assessment of that, I guess. Oh, let's see what else we got. This just in, and Aristocrat does it for free. Yes, I do. I have a very nice butt too, from Iris Cal. Well, congratulations. Welcome to the club. If we give you any numbers, would you prank call us? Arcane K. No, I wouldn't prank call you. Half the humor of doing it is just calling numbers that result in funny shit. I don't know any of you, so there'd be no point in calling any of you. I'm probably slurring my words. It sounds like I am. Oof. I probably need to jump off the stream before I make an ass of myself. What are your PC specs? You can stream on pretty much any PC. I bought a shitty computer with shitty components. Let's see what specs there are. I'll read off the side here because it's actually listed on the side. I've got an Intel Core i7 processor, 3770, Radeon 770 HD, 2 gig GPU, 2 terabyte hard drive, 12 gigs of DDR3 memory, and that's really all you need to know. I mean, I could tell you what the motherboard is and what the PSU is, but it doesn't really matter. I know the PSU in this fucking thing is crazy for whatever reason, so it's overpowered. There's no reason to have what I have in here, so I don't know why they put it in, but I need to get a better graphics card is essentially what I'm missing. Maybe some better RAM. I don't know. Favorite book? Excuse me. Shit. Favorite book? That's a tough one, man. I don't know what to tell you. I read a lot, to be honest, and it's the same with video games. People ask me a lot, what's your favorite video game? I couldn't tell you. When you're into something, it's really hard to pick a specific thing that you like the most. Play a lot of different games or read a lot of different books, so I really couldn't tell you. Sorry. Let's see what else we got. What are your thoughts on Ebola? From DJ Marky Mark. Ebola is horrible. I would not want to die from Ebola. It seems like a very unpleasant way to die. And as far as the way that Africa has handled it, I would imagine that they would have quarantined. Well, was it Liberia? There was one country that they had put a mandatory quarantine in effect. It was millions of people, but they were essentially told to stay in their fucking house for a certain amount of time. But international flights should not have been coming out of any of these countries. That's asking for problems. I understand that it's not spread through the air. I get that. But if you get one person that goes to a major metropolitan area, major urban area, and they're bumping into people and they're rubbing against people and they're coughing, they're sneezing, and it's getting directly onto other people, you're asking for fucking trouble. It takes a month or 3 weeks for it to show symptoms, and then they become contagious. You don't want a bunch of typhoid Marys wandering around the fucking streets of New York. That's my thoughts on that. It's been handled poorly. Everybody should have pulled a Madagascar and fucking shut everything down. Would have been what I would have said. What is your take on Intel's latest statement in regards to removing ads from the SJW shit site? It's a best business practice. They understand who's buying their products. Why would they go against that? They want to make the most money. That's the point of a company. They want to make the most, or they want to generate the most revenue they can. So Intel understands who their core audience is, and they're not going to put up ads on a site that is insulting that particular market. What ISP do you use? Why would I ever tell you that? Confirmed for having a great butt. Thank you very much. Yes, I do have a great ass. Do you play fighting games? Yes, I do, and I play them terribly. But I love fighting games. If you look at my Steam profile, you'll see that I have a lot of fighting games up there. Stuff from Street Fighter to King of Fighters to a bunch of other shit. And I'm terrible at them all, but I really, really like playing them. I also watch Cross Counter on YouTube, like Gutex and all of them. That's fucking great shit. I could sit for hours and watch them play fighting games. It is just entertaining as all hell. Where do you see Gamergate going? What do you think it will? What do you think will happen next? Again, this comes down to basic economics. Can you get advertisers to pull ads from these sites? It hurts their business. Can you pull off the market and divert it somewhere else? It hurts those sites. The people doing the email campaigns have really shown success. The people setting up new sites like TechRaptor and GamesNosh and Niche Gamer and all of those, Gather Your Party, all of those sites. Again, if Gamergate wants to be successful, and I disagree with a lot of things Jaffe has said. I disagree with certain things other people have said, but like you'll see Jaffe and Justicar and other people say, and I do agree with them on this, that if you really want to hurt these people, if you really want to make a statement, you need to offer an alternative, and you need to promote that alternative. And so I think, diverting that traffic off to other sites will do that. I think that's what Gamergate should do. That's my opinion on that. I think the email campaign is good, and I think confronting these idiots in public is good. Again, I'm not making any value judgment against what anybody wants to do. Go do the shit that works for you. If you're good at investigating stuff, investigate it. If you're good at writing emails, write them. If you're good at promoting alternative sites, promote them. Do what works for you. But don't get drawn into like this gamer shit. Don't get drawn into this idea that you need to fight this the way they want to frame it. You don't. You were really successful. Gamergate has drawn attention, and you wonder why people in different nations, different journalists from around the world, while people in politics, people in different industries are paying attention. You are succeeding where all of them have failed. This has never worked before, and you're making it work. And you're making it work because you're fighting it a different way than the way they want you to fight it. So keep on keeping on. Gamergate will succeed as long as you stay true to that. Don't get diverted. Don't get sidetracked by the advice of other people. You're doing a great fucking job. There's nothing to worry about. Talk about how, excuse me. Talk about how if we don't win games, we are fucked. That's from Dister. I don't know. I can't even read at this point. I'm so fucking drunk. Yeah, I've said this before, and I really genuinely mean this. Listen, I understand people are saying there are bigger issues out in the world. There are. I agree with you completely. There are more important shit. There is more important shit that is going on right now than Gamergate. I get that. I'm not disagreeing with you. But to those people that are saying, like, why waste your time with Gamergate? Why don't you focus on something more important? If you cannot stop corruption in video game journalism, if you're really making the value judgment that, this is not a big issue, this is a small thing, okay, go with that. It is a small thing. But if you can't stop corruption there, you're not going to be effective anywhere else. These people that criticize the government, they criticize NSA and PRISM, they criticize journalism and mainstream media, they criticize the banks, they criticize all these different things. If you can't stop fucking video game journalism from being corrupt, how the fuck are you going to stop anything that's more important? If it really is not that important, if it's this small issue like you're saying it is, and you can't fucking prevent it from being as shitty as it is, you're never going to succeed anywhere else. You are fucked. If you don't stop this, you are fucked. And believe me, if you don't put your foot down, if you don't really have an effect on this, it's not going to be pleasant. The video game industry is not going to fucking be pleasant. That would be my my opinion on this, but it's just my opinion. What the fuck do I know? Am I the scout from TF2? Yes, I am. That's why I wear the baseball cap. Call GameStop and ask them why they oppress you. I don't think any GameStops are open right now. Maybe one or two in California, but aside from that, they'd all be shut down. What is your gaming guilty pleasure? I would say it's what is it, One Finger Death Punch or Ace of Spades? Those two games are like white noise to me. It's Have you ever been in a situation where you don't know what you want to play? Like you have a bunch of different video games and they're all really good, right? But you don't know what to play. Maybe you're a little tired or maybe you're, you know, hesitant as to which to pick. So you just go to like this default choice that really isn't the game that you love the most, but it's the game you can play without ever having to put any thought into it. Those two games are that for me. They're the white noise. I do them without really even thinking about it, and that would be my answer. That would be my guilty pleasure. Have you read fucking shit? Have you read Moldbug? Moldbug. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the what is it, Dark Renaissance? The people that are, if I understand this right, are you talking about the people that are saying that uh, democratic government, the republic that the United States has, is great and all, but should be replaced with something else because people fuck it up. So we need some kind of aristocracy, we need some kind of oligarchy, or some kind of oversight uh, that cuts off how citizens run the government. If that's what you're talking about, I've read it and I disagree with it. I'm a constitutionalist. I think it's a great document. I love it. There's nothing. That's why I don't throw in with other forms of government. I think it's a good document. I think we have a good government. I just think people are, I guess, apathetic and disconnected from what's going on, and because they're disengaged with the events that are happening and with the policies that are put in place, that we see the situation that is now taking place happening in the first place. Opinions on GitHub censoring GG repos. I think it's stupid. But again, it's their website. They can do whatever they want. I disagree with Moot and his opinion, but at the end, it's his fucking website. He can do whatever he wants. It creates a schism in the market. It creates a niche where people can come in and provide a service that competes with them that doesn't do what they do. Take Patreon, for instance. I know there was the debate put up of, will Patreon allow the the Sarkeesian effect? Will they allow that documentary to stay up? Now, if he'd come out, he allowed it to stay up, from what I understand. But if he'd come out and said, we're not going to let this stay up on the website, that would have created an opportunity for somebody to come into the market and compete with him and say, you know what, we're going to do what he does, but we're not going to inject personal politics into it. So GitHub can do what they want, and somebody else can come along and create a website that's an alternative to it and not do what they do, but offer the same service, and people will flock to it. But if you're asking, like, my personal opinion of, do I think it's a bad idea? Yes, I do. I think it's bullshit. I don't think GitHub should have pulled it. I don't buy the reasoning for doing it. I don't think it was a smart decision to do it. And in the end, I think it'll be a bad decision. That would be my opinion. I'm going to jump back into the YouTube chat and see what people have to say. Stop smoking. Not going to happen. Plan on dying at 50. Do you have Command and Conquer? Yes, I do. What state am I from? Take a guess. Can we stop supporting game journalists and sites we hate that are killing gaming? Yeah, I mean, this is your personal choice. Listen, if if you're pro Gamergate, if you disagree with the way they're conducting themselves, if you disagree with the way the journalists are behaving, why go to those sites? What's the point of going to those sites? They're looking at you as a number. You are a piece in their statistics. You are a metric to appeal to advertisers. If you don't go to their website, if you use archives, if you use the Wayback Machine, if you use fucking Pastebin, it doesn't really matter. But if you go to their sites, you're giving them money. Even if you have ad block on, because they can show the traffic as being, indicative of popular appeal. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, if you disagree with their politics, if you disagree with the way they're conducting themselves, go to a different fucking website. What's my favorite crayon? Blue would be my favorite crayon. Get socks. I own socks. I don't know what you're saying. I love you, Internet Aristocrat. Have my babies. I'm not looking to have children. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. This is going by quickly. Am I from Oklahoma? No, I'm not. Internet Aristocrat. Speaking of that troll on Twitter, why did they not go? They went with the name Internet. What was it? Internet Aristocrat, which just is lazy. It should have been Internet Aristocrat or Aristocrat. That's the superior choice. They missed out on that window. Jim, are you wearing socks? No, I'm not wearing socks right now. Boobs or butt? I've already answered this. I like boobs. California? God, no, I'm not from California. This is going by way too quickly. Why won't you love me, Oni-chan? That is that is a hell of a question. May I may I offer you a sloppy blowjob? You can offer it, sure. Knock yourself out. Minnesota. Yes, I'm from Minnesota. Do I like Dark Souls? Yeah, I like the Soul series. I didn't like Dark Souls Tool. Or, Jesus Christ, I said Tool, didn't I? I don't like Dark Souls 2. I felt the maps were disjointed, and I felt the gameplay wasn't as appealing as I hoped it would be. Uh, it just, like, I like Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1 much, much more than I like Dark Souls 2. It's not to say it was a bad game, I just prefer the first two. Am I from the US? Yes, I am from the US. Am I from, why are you all asking me where I'm from? I've already told you I'm from Minnesota. A foot jobs question mark. I don't know what kind of question that is. Jim, can you please fuck my bitch? I don't know who your bitch is, so I can't really answer that. Sorry. Am I a pillow biter? Do you bite the pillow, Jim? No, I do not. I'm just trying to answer some chat questions here before I pop off about another 15 minutes, and then I'm going to call it a night and jump into prank calls with some people. How many conspiracy Gamergate videos are there going to be? I've got another one that's going to be probably up tomorrow night, and that's my last one. Uh, Again, it would take them doing something incredibly fucking stupid for me to make another video. It's just the situation. Everybody else is doing a great job. Like, if you watch Gamergate News, if you watch, what is it, Neat Life, Soccerina, they do really good recaps. If you follow Jade Fox, she does these great little, infographics every day about if you want to boycott a site, this is a site you should boycott. Other people do, excuse me, other people do email campaigns. So, like, everybody's doing stuff. There's no reason for me to really put out a video. It's just, again, I make videos on shit I find interesting. So this interests me, and that's why I'm putting out the videos. Do you even lift? Yes, I do. I do lift, actually. Do you like the Elder Scrolls? Yes, I do. I think it's a great series. When I first got into RPGs, it was PlayStation 1 and Final Fantasy 7. And yes, I know I'm retarded for that, but I liked the Final Fantasy games. I went back and played the older ones, and then from that point onward, I hated Final Fantasy 8, by the way, but played a lot of them. And then ended up playing the Elder Scrolls and was like, holy shit, this is a fucking fantastic series. I loved Morrowind. Absolutely loved it. Thought Oblivion was eh. Skyrim's okay as well, but Morrowind is really the one that appealed most to me. What are you going to do about the Wikipedia? Now people are asking about my feet. Chat has gone to shit. When you're referring to the Wikipedia page, what are you talking about? Are you talking about the Gamergate page? Jimmy Wales has pretty much made a clear statement as to what he's going to do with that. I don't know. I think it's a clusterfuck. And Wikipedia has had issues with it, with itself in the past, with other articles like Bradley Manning, Chelsea Manning, whatever you want to call it. If you go read the talk page in the history, you'll see a huge fight about that. This is really hard to keep up with. Let's see, it's 11:39. I'm going to give it another, yeah, I'm going to give it another 10, 11 minutes, whatever. Xenogears? Yeah, I love Xenogears. I also played, what was the PS2 series? Xenosaga, I believe. Um, I really liked the first game because it was like a 40 or 50 hour game. It had a really cool little mini game card thing going on in it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was supposed to be a 6 game series, and then they, for whatever financial reasons, marketing, whatever, cut it down to 3 games, and the last 2 weren't really good. But the first Xenosaga game was fucking great. But Xenogears is the one I prefer. Do you play Destiny? No, I do not. Again, I'm not a wealthy individual. If I could buy a bunch of games, I would buy a bunch of games. But usually I'm bargain hunting. I'm looking for the shit that's on sale. So I haven't had a chance to play Destiny. I couldn't tell you what it's like. Opinion on spiders? Spider Bros are great. Why would you hate spiders? And they keep insects out of your house. Do I love Ebola-chan? Who doesn't love Ebola-chan? Do you play Pokemons? No, not really. I bought a 3DS because I had a gift card to, I think it was a Best Buy. And I essentially got one for like 40 or 50 or 60 bucks. It was really cheap. Then I bought a bunch of games with it and shit. Bravely Default, the newer Legend of Zelda, Pokemon X, and a couple others. I haven't really had a chance to play them though. Can we play video together? Sure we can. I've got a Steam account if you want to hit me up there. I haven't really been on it lately because I've been so fucking busy. I played like 6 hours in the last 2 weeks. It's just crazy. Least favorite game of all time. Uh, I played something called Coldeka on, I think it was PS1. It didn't appeal to me. But then again, it might be a good game. I don't know. I originally played Ico and I thought it was shit. And then saw a review where somebody was like, it's the best game ever made. So I went and played it again. And you know what? I was fucking wrong. It was a great game. So maybe Coldeka is great. I don't know. But that wasn't really one that appealed to me. There are a couple others like that too. That just, oh, you know what it is? 187 Ride or Die on Xbox was fucking god awful. That one I'm willing to say. Or Narc that appeared on PS2 and Xbox was pretty fucking terrible too. Am I a wizard? No, I'm not. Would I kiss you on the lips with tongue? Sure, why not? Oh, this is really hard to keep up with. Oh, people are suggesting I call other people. Listen, I'd like to. I put out a couple invites and I tried to get the technical issues to work out, but for whatever reason, I can't get this shit to work. Google Plus is just anti-user friendly. Let's see. People keep asking or keep stating Depression Quest question mark. I don't know what to tell you. That's not a video game. It's about as much of a non-game as Gone Home is. You don't really need me to tell you that. You should be able to assess that on your own. Uh, Depression Quest is an HTML choose your own adventure bullshit game with a couple of branching paths. It's not really that impressive. Gone Home is the same thing. I've seen somebody speed run Gone Home in 45 fucking seconds. You want to play a good indie game that's got a decent story, that's got, Uh, let me make sure I give you the right name here because I am slightly drunk at the point. Yeah, you want to play a good indie game? Go play To the Moon. That would be, as opposed to fucking Depression Quest or Gone Home. Thoughts on gun control? I'm anti-gun control. I think the Constitution speaks pretty clearly on that. That'd be my opinion. Lit up on your ammo. Good old boys. Go shoot your guns. I got no problem with it. Anita is streaming Gone Home. I have no fucking interest in watching Anita stream Gone Home. I'm sorry for the moments of silence here. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, but it's popping by pretty quick. Fez game of the decade. I would disagree with that. Favorite game of the year? I don't even know. This year has been such a fucking buzz of activity. I can't really even keep track of it. Listen, I love playing video games, but I've got a lot of shit going on. I just don't have a lot of time to play them. Yeah, God, I wouldn't even know what to tell you. And why would you even live or listen to my opinion? I'm just some asshole on the internet. You know what your personal tastes are. You're the best person there is to assess what you like or don't like. You don't need me to tell you one way or the other. Somebody said, so you're a libertarian? No, I'm not. I'm a constitutionalist. They're very different. How do I make friends? Try being outgoing and personable would be my suggestion for that. Somebody asked me to say bag, so let me go ahead with that. Bag. There you go. Am I a fan of the Ace Attorney series? Yes, I am. I think they're pretty fucking great games. Do you like Ratchet and Clank? I thought Ratchet and Clank was a great series up until a point. The first 3 or 4 games were really good. Why do people keep asking me the size of my the size of my dick? Why is that question? Like those are the 2 questions on Ask FM and Twitter and these streams that keep coming up is how big is your dick and how old are you? I don't know why those are the most important questions in people's minds, but they keep popping up. Let's see what else we got here. Why won't you talk to Mundane Matt? Is he on? Did he send a thing saying he wanted to pop on? I'm trying to pop back between the chat and Twitter, and it's hard to keep track of everything. Belief in God. I've already said I'm an atheist. Listen, I grew up Lutheran. I grew up Lutheran with a grandfather that was a minister. I had great fond memories of going to church. It was never a horrible, oppressive thing. I have nothing bad to really talk about religion. It's just I've got other shit I'm interested in. If theists and atheists want to fling shit at each other, they're more than welcome to. But I'm not somebody who's well versed in it, and I'm not super intelligent, and there's no reason to throw my hat into the ring. That's what an atheist is. People keep saying bomb threat and Gearbox. Did Gearbox get a bomb threat? I don't know what we're all talking about. I can't really answer that. I don't know what if that's another thing. You're gonna have to give me a link to a story about what's going on because I'm not 100% sure. How old is your dick? That's a good combination of those 2 questions. That's fucking brilliant. Wait, are you a Minnesotan? Yes, I am. What is your fetish? Why would I ever tell people on the internet that? I don't know any of you people. That's inviting problems. The more personal information you put onto the internet, the more you're asking to have your shit wrecked. That's my suggestion. If you want to have social, excuse me, if you want to have social media accounts, if you want to talk about personal shit, expect to have that turn disastrous at some point. Username on Funny Junk. I don't have a username on Funny Junk, but I respect the site for letting people talk about Gamergate and other things. Do I like Metal Gear? Yes, I do. Is your dick a big guy? Jesus, chat. All right, I'm going to close this up here in another 5 minutes. So if you got a question, go ahead and ask. I'm going to have a quick drink, and then I will try to answer what you want. Holy shit, 3.5 hours. God damn, that's way too long. People are fucking shit. People are saying people are saying, I should say, Adam Baldwin wants in, Monday Matt wants in, people are mentioning Thunderfoot and everything else. Again, I'd pull people in if I could. There are technical issues, and then on top of that, I don't know a lot of people. I'm just going to be straight up with you, and it's probably not true. Why would you want to come into a stream with a guy who's, self-admittedly pretty drunk right now, and has terrible technical abilities? Oh, let's see. People are asking if I'm a. Oh, yeah, this is actually an interesting question. People are asking, are you fur fag? Are you a brony? There was a video. If you go look at this on my YouTube account, it was the fuck. What game was this? Let me go check here so I can give you the right game. I think it was God Mode. Was it God Mode? I've seen this copy pasta go around a bit too. So let me just make sure I got the right thing. Yeah, it was a video called "Fuck Video Games God Mode," and if you pause it at a certain point, you'll see that I had a username when I was playing of something like I think it was like Flutterfudge or something like that, and people assumed that meant I was a brony. I'm not. Like I said in the Hugbox 4 video when I was talking about the molestasia shit or whatever the fucking pony's name was. If you want to have a good time online, if you're playing video games with a group of people, give yourself a name that you know people will hate. So when you go into the video game, people get really pissed off. There's nothing more entertaining than that. So to answer your question, are you a fur fag? Are you a brony? No, I'm not. Not something that appeals to me. Waifu? I have no waifu. God Hand? Yes, I played it. I'm not very good at it. It was a fun game though. I disagree with the score it got. What was it? What site was it that gave it like a 6.5? But then when you look at that journalist reviews, you see that he gave something like Baby Party Time on fucking the Wii like a 9.5. It was really crazy. God Hand is a good game. You were always drunk, admit it. No, I'm not. This is me. Right now, if I had to give you a scale like a 1 to 10 of how drunk I was, I'd say I'm like a 6 or a 7. You should be able to hear it with the S's and with how I trail off in thought should be a good indicator of if I've been drinking or not. Everybody's giving me shit. No waifu. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't. I have no waifu. Favorite liquor? Like I said, listen. I'm a very straightforward utilitarian kind of guy. If I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna drink to get drunk. There's no real point in sitting around sucking on alcohol for fucking 18 hours. Like if I'm gonna drink, give me the shit that tastes like paint thinner. That's why I like Kharkov. Straightforward, get you drunk, be done with it kind of stuff. Somebody saying Twitter, bro. All right, I'll answer a few questions from there, pop back to chat, and then call it a night. Can you give a shout out to the Red Show? I'm not sure what the Red Show is, but there you go. Is your dick a big guy? You people have a one-track mind. I hope you get on the stream. I want to get on the stream too. Good luck. How old is your dick? Jesus Christ. Can you call Purple Palm Tree Man? I don't even know. I don't know who that is. You should change your Twitter description to just an asshole on the internet. That's a good, that's a good suggestion. Let me go do that. Well, I'll change that after the stream. But you know what? That's a good one. People keep saying Retro VGN wants on. Listen, I sent multiple invites. I don't know if it was a technical issue, if I sent it to the wrong user account or what, but it just didn't work. Can you give me a shout out, Jim? Yes, I can, Mr. Caption Snuggle. There you go. Well, congratulations, you doxed yourself. Now what's the next step of your master plan? Well, shit. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead. All right, I'm gonna answer a few more and then call it a night, guys. So let's see what we got. Are you my daddy? No, I'm not. How big is your butt? It is the size that it should be. Let's play games together sometime. Like I said, I'm on Steam. I've got a user group set up on there. If you want to join, go ahead. I'm going to try to run some kind of gaming event through it and see if we can get some people to play together. Can you say you love me? Yes, I can. I love you. Oh, wow. Thanks. Crashing the stream with no survivors. Awesome. Stop drinking, faggot. It makes you look... that went by too quick. I'm going to guess he said it makes you look gay. It's going by too quick. All right. Well, thanks everybody who came out. I understand the stream went long. I'm sorry if I rambled or slurred. Hopefully I didn't. Tried to bring some guests on. I had King of Pola on, had the admin of Infinite Chan on, had Blackface Kermit again on YouTube and on Twitter, who does the voices for Jesse and Alex, and Chip Chipperson and Uncle Paul, if you've ever watched O&A. So, it was nice of them to stop by and give me some of their time. Hopefully you found it enjoyable. It just felt like bullshitting and having a nice, relaxed stream. So, thanks to everybody that came out. Glad that you asked questions. Glad that you're having a good weekend. It is a Friday night. Encourage you to go get smashed with some friends. Bullshit. Go to a club, maybe. It's something I personally like to do. I like to go to clubs. I like to dance. Don't know about you. Hopefully you enjoy that. But have a good weekend. Hopefully the second part of the video will be up by Saturday night. Either way, have a good weekend, and thank you everybody who came out to the stream. Talk to you later.